Okay, we are now live on the stream.
Cool.
Hello.
Are we live? So we're live now.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Are we ready?
Yes.
I think so.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we go. Ready or not, fast or slow.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers.
Please don't touch my floppy cock.
Fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week.
story sucks.
Reviews and an indie pick.
Yesterday was the birthday of legendary Dutch flautist Hans Blumheim.
With the soundbite saviors. It's the veteran gamers.
No one gives
The veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Flip it about.
Yeah, boy.
Her name is Jacinta.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Welcome, please, Enormous Genitals.
Hello and welcome to episode 560 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 560. What's up, people? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Hello. I always mute myself and forget.
Yeah, you do.
That's Chinny.
That's Chinny. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it sure is. How about that? How's everybody doing?
I'm fine, me. I'm good.
Great. Long time no talk, am I right?
That's a joke.
We had a play date is why.
Totally.
And it just wrapped up. I left 30 minutes ago.
I left probably 2 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. They went right from the play date to the podcast.
Yeah,
did.
pretty much, yeah.
That's Ginny for you.
But
Dedicated.
before we get to that, I got a little story time.
My favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
If you don't want to hear my story, Stu, I could.
That's okay. No, go. Just do it. Do
I was gonna say I could not ask you to be here if you want to just leave, punk ass. Oh, here we go. This is a sound clip.
You've told us this story many times.
And you'll hear it again.
There you go. You haven't heard this story before. So last time on the Adventures of Duke and the Duchess Farm Quest, I told you about our nightmarish effort to find a good internet provider at our new
Yes.
location.
Yes, the story continues, does it?
You did.
Not the internet story. That's done. I
Oh,
hope
it's done.
until the day we get the internet service, activated, whatever.
Yeah.
But now we've been working on getting our house sold. So the build up to this has been exhausting. Last week I may have mentioned I was hauling cinder blocks and packing up books and putting stuff
Yeah.
in the attic and all this. Well, this past week has been showing after showing after showing. And I don't know if y'all have ever sold a house before, but you want to have as many showings as possible because you want as many people as possible to come look at your awesome house. And we had told people we were going to review offers on Sunday afternoon. So we thought there might be some questions and offers coming in before Sunday, but by Sunday there was nothing. So we were like, at the start of the day today, we were like completely uncertain what was going to happen. Would this drag on for another week or another month or, a year? Who knows? Sometimes it takes a very long time to sell a house. But today we got 2 offers in. Yay! So we think we know which one we're going with. They're offering about the same amount of money.
Nice.
There's some nuts and bolts and little, tiny differences between them. So we're gonna
Bits and
basically
bobs.
we're thinking about it. And yeah, the most annoying part of the process is basically over. There's gonna have to be an inspection. So at some point we're gonna have to clear out while this dude prods all over the house. But we're confident that it's in good shape. And now the next thing we got to do is start just packing everything up.
Oh, yeah. I hate that thing. Ooh. Only ever did it once. Never again.
Well, that's the thing is that this is the last time we think we'll ever have to move. And we have people moving the actual stuff for us. So once we put it in boxes, it's not
Wise
really our
move.
concern. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting old. I'm not schlepping couches anymore.
No.
So yeah, it's yay, good news. Hooray.
Yeah. Well,
Yay.
congratulations.
Thank you. It's very
So how long ago was you thinking of moving to now?
The Duchess had sort of put the idea out there for a while. So, it's
What's
been
a
a couple
while?
of years.
Couple
Like
of
at
years.
some point, I would love to
And then
have
when
fun.
was it like, okay, we're going to do this?
It was like maybe 2-3 months ago we started really looking for real.
Okay.
So it's been a pretty speedy process, all things considered. We're
That's
glad
not
we
too
got
bad.
it done before the new winter hit.
Yeah.
It kind of annoying to do it during the pandemic, but not
Well,
too bad.
Everything's annoying to do during the pandemic.
And look, we're really fortunate. There are people who don't know how they're going to pay the rent next month, so we know we're really fortunate to be in this position. And yeah, we're happy to be ready for our next big adventure.
Yeah. Well,
Keeping
congrats.
pigs and cows and sheep. And
Yeah, I know, right? Don't give her any ideas.
Are you
man.
going to get stuck in with that stuff, Duke?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't really been doing anything with the chickens or the garden, so I can't imagine I'm going to be involved in the farm. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning. We went over to his place, and I said the one thing I wouldn't mind doing is kind of learning. You remember I made that little tiny riser for my Mac. It's like I banged
Like
3
woodwork.
pieces of wood together.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't mind. We're going to need some more bookshelves. I wouldn't mind learning how to make a bookshelf. I mean,
So you're going to
it's not-
make another bookshelf that Diane hates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like you make that one, and then you learn a lot from the process, and so you make another one. How did I get to be a good writer? Right? I wrote. So I'm not saying I'm going to run out and buy a table saw, but on the other hand, we have a workshop.
I was actually just going to ask you, did you have lots of tools, Duke? Have you got lots of tools?
We don't, but we also didn't have a lot of space for a lot of tools downstairs. So it may be the situation where and I'm not the woodworking kind of guy already, but maybe once we have a place, I'll get I'll get
See,
into it a little bit. We'll see.
You'll come on the podcast in about 6 months and go, yeah, I built a new barn.
I built
We needed
myself
one
a
of
car.
those.
I'm doing an airplane, guys. I'm doing an airplane.
Yeah.
I'm making an ark. When the flood comes, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
Zuba,
That's
Zuba,
funny.
as Bill Cosby said. How has your weeks been?
Yeah, same old.
Yeah.
Not a lot's happened at my end. I don't know about you, Chinny. Anything?
I
happened at your
put
end?
up the other free shed.
Oh, did you? Where have you put it?
Shed. Welcome to
Oh,
Shed.
your mum's. Your mum and dad's. Didn't
But
you?
now, mother-in-law.
Oh, mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
And are there, here's the big question: are there doors on these sheds now?
Yeah.
Yes,
Do a
the
roof.
shed is done. The problem with this job is there was already a shed there which was rotten.
So you had to clear one shed.
I had to
to
clear
build
one shed,
Move a shed.
and then I say shed. I call it a spider hotel, and cleared that one out, took all the stuff out, knocked it down.
Now, let me ask you this question, Chinny, about spiders. Are you like me, where you see a spider and you're like, "Oh God, no!
No.
Get a 20-foot
No.
pole," or are you a real man? You're like,
No, I put them on my hand and stuff. I don't mind.
I just stick them in a
God,
glass.
no.
And these ones, some of these ones were massive. Like some of these were like they made a thud when I dropped them on the floor.
I'm not listening.
So like some of them, like the one that I found in this box had eyebrows. This one was huge. Yeah, and what like tool talk now, and I don't know if you two listen to the podcast called the SEAL Team podcast, Fraser's podcast.
Oh yeah, Fraser's podcast. Yeah.
So I was
Not listening to one with Antonio on it.
Yeah.
yet.
I was on that show a few weeks ago, well probably a couple of months ago now, and we talked about tools, and I needed a tool to saw off this thing, right? Piece of wood, right? And Fraser told me to buy a reciprocating saw, right? He told me to buy this saw, and he said it's the kind of saw, it's the kind of tool that you'll only need once or twice a year, but when you need it, fuck me, do you need it, right?
Oh yeah, they're good for chopping down trees.
Well, we had a lot of wood on this shed, and I brought it to my mother-in-law's as a kind of just in case. I was like, well, I might need it, I probably won't. And Tara used the hell out of it. She has officially used it more than I have, chopping up while I was putting up the shed. She was chopping up all the bits of wood, and I was
Kinda
like,
a jigsaw.
Fraser is going to be so proud of that purchase of mine, and
It's a hand tool. You don't have to like.
well, but it's basically just a posh saw, really, electric saw, and it did the job, plugged it straight in. Tara was away; she was just cutting this bloody shed in pieces, and it made everything easier because we had to fit it in the car to take it to the tip. It was all good. So so he was there from 9 in the morning yesterday till 8 at night, and then I was there again today for another like 4 hours, finishing it all off.
Oh, look at you.
So look at me.
Such a lovely lad.
Dear. Hey, and I put up a light. I fixed the kitchen door handle.
Oh
I put up a
God.
shed. I'm doing all the jobs. If you need lights and door handles fixing,
I'm worried that
I'm
someone's
the
gonna get
guy.
electrocuted. Now you're talking about lights and.
no, it was like an outdoor light. It was very simple light. It wasn't nothing too
I
complex.
don't know. It still sounds dodgy. You and electric.
No, I did. I did it. I did it. Like the door wasn't working. The door handle it fell off.
Kenny, I'm glad you told me about this tool because I'm not ready for a table saw necessarily, but I think this could. 'cause
Yeah.
I made the thing that I made using a handsaw, and it took forever, and it was really annoying. But this piece of equipment could be very useful.
Wait
Well,
till
I-
you get yourself a sliding mitre saw, Duke.
Yes.
Then you can do angles and stuff.
Well, this one does that. But anyway, right? Like Fraser said, I needed to chop this bit of wood, and there's like, get this. You'll plug it in. Don't do the battery stuff, and you'll be fine.
Why not do
And-
battery stuff? Isn't it more?
Because
convenient
then
now?
you're in the battery game. I don't know. I'm just repeating what the men said.
Yeah,
to me.
batteries aren't as powerful either.
Yeah, you do. But my drill's battery, but it's a good one. I don't know.
Yeah, drills are okay, but you don't want saws as battery because you
Yeah, I
just
guess
run
that
out of
makes
juice and they're not as fast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'm just repeating what the men said to me, Duke. I don't know. But you don't want to get in the battery game. You don't want to get in that game. But yeah, and that's my weekend. That's
Cool.
me.
Very good. And I've done nothing
Talk
but
about some video games then.
Yeah.
play games. That's what I've done.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Yeah, come on.
What you been playing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What you been playing?
Please don't touch my floppy top. This story is garbage.
All right. I packed away the dice somewhere. I think I had. Oh, I got it. I got it
Here
right
we
here.
go. Here we go.
Oh, while
Roland-
you're doing that, we got Rainy Lamb, XJ Rider 98, Mark Group, Scott Patton, Lewis Lord, and Antonio all in the chat. Hello
Wow,
to
it's
the guys
busy
in the
night
chat.
tonight.
Busy
Hello,
night.
everybody.
2 is for Stu.
Wow, am I up already?
You are
Right.
up right now. It better not be about
Okay.
goddamn Flight Simulator.
No, I'm finished with that shit. It's shit. I hate that game.
What?
That's
I'm
a
not
lie.
playing that
That's
game
a lie.
Anymore.
That's a
Totally
lie.
a lie.
Yeah, it's totally a lie. But I'm not going to talk about that this week.
We know that
Because
you're bad at
I'm
lying because
Wait,
of
it's not-
another game.
I know, I'm just terrible at lying. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Forza 3,
Ooh.
the most recent not
Driving simulator.
Forza Horizon game that's come out, Forza Horizon 3. So, this was cheap on the Windows Store. It's £6.
Oh, that
So I
is
was
cheap.
like, £6. It's not on Game Pass. I'm just
I
going
was
to
gonna
buy
say,
this.
isn't there a Forza game on Game Pass?
Yeah,
then?
Forza 4. Forza 4,
Well,
but
why would
Forza
you buy a
3.
different one if you could play this one on Game Pass?
Yeah,
where
but apparently Forza Horizon 3 is better than Forza Horizon 4. Everyone likes it better.
all right, whatever.
Apparently, I don't know.
He does all right, doesn't he, Chinny?
It was
He does
cheap.
all right.
It was bloody cheap. It was £6, all right. So
yeah,
I
but that's
thought-
£6 you didn't have to pay if you could deal with a slightly subpar game. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
So I thought, you know what? I've never played a Forza game really
Yes.
because I don't really do racing games or driving games. But I thought maybe I should. It's cheap. Let's
Yeah,
give it a
give it a
go.
Why not?
Is this the
Why
one
not?
set in Australia?
It is.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I think it's pretty good.
I don't want you to be honest. I want you to lie.
Because I know you've played this, haven't you, Chinny?
No.
Well, that's weird. Oh, I know. It just takes people off your friends list, then, does it?
It takes
Because-
people if you're in this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird because, like, the first race I had was against Chinny.
Oh.
How about
I
that?
was just like,
I've never played this
what
game ever.
is going on?
The video
Driver
game
car.
is different, Chinny.
Yeah, the driver
I
I
time.
gotta tell y'all, as you were talking about free games on Game Pass, and I just thought, I wonder what's on Epic Game Store right now. So I logged in. It's Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, whatever. I
Has
already
the
have
other
20
game that was on there gone off now?
I don't know,
I
but
don't know. Mm.
they have an announcement when you log in. It says Rocket League free to play because they went to Epic, right?
Yeah.
And something happened to me when I saw that. I was like, Rocket League. Wait a minute, I already have Rocket League.
But Rocket League.
But Rocket
Yeah,
League-
but Duke, if you buy Rocket League, you get a $10 off token.
okay.
So it's worth doing just to get your
No, it's
$10 off your
downloading
next
it, you
game.
Get a $10 off token. You just got to download it. You don't have to pay anything.
No.
So go download it, people, on the Epic Game Store. You get a $10.
Yeah,
Because they
you
want
get
to buy
$10
something
off
else.
it.
You wouldn't have bought it otherwise, so it's just a way of getting you to buy more.
It is,
crap.
but I'm gonna buy the Mafia remake with it because
Oh
it's like
yeah.
takes a tenner off it.
Uh,
So I'm going to get that. So I haven't got it yet, but I'm definitely going to. Anyway, Forza Horizon 3.
Anyway,
This game is shiny.
yeah.
Well, duh.
It's very shiny, and stuff looks good. And
I'm glad
it
people
runs-
listen to this show for the latest and greatest in
I
video
know
game reviews.
it runs well, and I'm shit at racing games. I've
Yeah.
discovered, which is probably why I don't play them very often.
No.
But what you've got to do, you've got to pimp yourself out. That's what I've gathered so far. Because you've got to get this like festival of car porn as big as possible.
Right.
That apparently is the aim of the game. So you've
Yeah.
got to attract these other drivers, but to get the other drivers, you've got to beat them in a race or something. I think
You got to win the race.
you basically got to win the race.
Win the race.
So what you got to do every time you want a new drive. So the first race was crazy. So like you have to race this person. So I'm thinking, yep, race a person on the road, whatever. No, I was racing and said other driver was being towed by a helicopter. Round
What?
the court, round. That's totally true. That was the first race.
It's really weird.
So in the first race, you're in a car, obviously racing on the track, and the other person you're racing against is hitched up to a Chinook helicopter. You know, like a double propeller helicopter.
Yeah. Chinook. Yeah.
Chinook, being towed round the racetrack.
Okay.
It's just weird. And then like he gets dropped about I don't know. Less than half a mile from the finish line, so they finally drop him on the track, and then you've got to race him to the finish line.
So it's like a
Um,
crazy stunt race that you got to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that's why I kind of like it because it reminds me a bit of what was that? What was the one on the Sony platform that I really liked? Shit, what was that called?
The stunt race game.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
The game. The
Yeah, flipping out. This year
Motorstorm.
Motorstorm. I really like that
I
game.
love that one.
I feel like it has a bit of Motorstorm vibes going on because there's like off-road vehicles, there's normal cars, so it's not all just like road racing and stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah, I kind of like it. I think
Would
it's
you
pretty
play
good.
it again though?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it again. I paid for it.
Did
I
you?
just haven't had a chance. I'm definitely gonna play it again.
I buy lots of stuff that I don't play.
I guess.
All the
But
time.
it looks pretty good. Consider I have no idea what year this came out, but it looks pretty good. It's nice. It's shiny. And I can have DJ No Clue on my number plate, so it's all sorted.
Lovely.
Game of the year. Game of the year.
2016 is when it came out.
Is it really that old? I didn't realize it was 4 years old.
How could you play such an old game?
Yeah.
I know. It's terrible. It was £6.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's good.
Ugh.
Ugh. What's the
All
point
right.
of it?
Anything else to say
Yeah.
about Forza Horizon
Yeah.
3?
No, I'll report back when I've won some more races against people in helicopters.
Yeah.
I did
Well,
win, by the way. I won the race, which was quite good.
3 and 4 for Chinny. So that's
Okay.
4.
Well, I've been playing more Assassin's Creed
Oh yeah.
Ah,
Which
yeah.
one is this? Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Loving-
Odyssey
loving
this
that
time.
game he is.
Right.
I'm not, Stu.
Loving it. He is
I'm not.
loving
I'm
it.
not loving the game at all.
Loving
I think
it.
it's bullshit.
You hating it?
He's playing
I
it,
don't hate it. I just don't like it.
but you keep playing it though. It's weird.
I know.
You're just a
You
weird.
don't say to a heroin addict, do you? You keep taking heroin. It's no
Well, here's the thing, Chinny. Right? Mafia has
heroin's
just come
fun.
out.
Mafia, the new edition.
The
Yeah.
new remake of Mafia, which apparently is very good, and you love Mafia.
I
games.
love all that stuff.
So
I love
what
the
hell
killing.
Are you doing playing that shit?
He's not a
I
quitter.
love steaming crap, and not playing the Mafia game.
I'm like
No.
John Favreau in Friends. I don't quit. Okay, I just don't quit. Went straight over your
You're
head. That
getting
one.
beaten on by Assassin's Creed.
It's just
and
I've
you're
started it
beating into
now.
your
It's a
head.
thing. Like, what would you? I've played every single Assassin's Creed. I can't stop now. Surely. Can I? No.
Yes, you can.
No, because that's what
Yes.
losers would do.
Yes, you can.
No, I'm not really enjoying it as much as other Assassin's Creed. People say that Odyssey was the better Assassin's Creed. It was the one that was better than Origins. And I'm not. I don't.
See,
It is.
here's the
It
weird-
is better than Origins, but that's not saying much to me.
Here's the weird thing, right? They took a year off, didn't they, before Origins, and said we're gonna take a year off. There's not gonna be
That's
an
right.
Assassin, and then we're gonna come back bigger and better, and everyone's gonna love it again.
And they did. They changed a lot. To be fair, they
Mm.
did change a lot,
Mm.
but it's not in the direction that I'm enjoying. Because a lot of people like Odyssey. A lot of people do, and I do not. I don't know why. I find the combat really, really boring. I find the gameplay very repetitive, and when you've got a game that's also the stealth, I just find a little bit off. Like I just don't enjoy it as much, and there's not a lot of stealth these days in the game. You can kind of it's easier just to go gung ho into Assassin's Creed and just kill everybody like that and run off. Basically,
so
the combat in this
tells
game,
him to hide.
the combat in this game is just start a fight, run off when you get overpowered, hide, and start another fight again. And it because what I do, so you go into a massive fort and you spend like ages killing people off one by one, and then somebody kills you, then you've got to do the whole fort again, and that's happened more than once, and it's so annoying. So I just get fucked off with it, but I'm still playing it.
Yeah, you're still playing it, even though you fucked off with it.
Yeah, still playing it. I don't know.
Yeah, you weirdo.
Can't do anything about it.
Play a game you like, man. That's what you said you were going to do. That.
Yeah, I know, but then
But then you're not
a
doing.
crack addict started taking crack again. What do you want?
Oh,
No,
dear.
crack addicts don't avoid things they don't do things that they should do
Yeah.
because it's something that's unhealthy. A crack addict would be the person who refuses to stick with a game. Chinny is the opposite of a crack addict. He's
Yeah,
like a health
totally.
food addict. Eat some
Totally.
McDonald's. No, I want my broccoli and brown rice. I'm gonna stick with this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So anything else to say about Assassin's Creed there?
Nothing new to say about it now.
Okay,
I'm
not
still
even
playing
worth putting it on the screen there.
it. Nope.
In that case, it's my turn, and I'm going to talk about Among Us because
Ooh.
I bought this. I
Ooh.
guess I heard that it was free to play on mobile, but I saw it on Steam, and I'm like, it's $5, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's ads if you play it on the mobile, apparently. So I'm like, whatever. So I played a few games as soon as I bought it, middle of the week, in order to see how it worked. And I can say for sure, this game is not really fun if you're not playing with people you know, and
No.
especially if you don't have voice chat. I played it with strangers, and we only used text, and it was just dull. It was like, it was you. No, it wasn't. And that was like as far as it went, really. So for those who don't know, this game takes place aboard a spaceship. It's kind of like FTL in the way it looks, except it's like sloppier graphics because it's intentionally I mean, they're not bad graphics. It's just
No, not bad.
they're cartoony. And you have a bunch of people who run around and do tasks. If you can get all the tasks done, then you win. But there are these infiltrators among you. That's why it's called Among Us. And the infiltrators are sabotaging the ship and killing people. And every time you find a body, you can call a meeting, but you can also call an emergency meeting anytime you want, I guess. And then during that meeting, you talk about what happened or what you saw or what you suspect, and then you can vote to kick a person off the ship. And there may be 1, 2, or 3 imposters in the ship. And if you get it wrong, obviously, you've killed an innocent person. There may be a dead body that you found, and you still have your imposter among you. So it behooves you not to kick people off the ship unless you're certain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So like I said, I played it with strangers, and it was just like, I think it's you. No, it's not me. I think it's you. And it was just there was no basis for anything, right? But if you know people, then you can like call out. It becomes, they say when you play poker, you're not really playing the cards in your hand so much as you're playing the other people at the table.
Yeah.
Right. And if you look on the screen, you're seeing the mini games that you have to do to, whatever.
I quite
Those
like
are
the mini games.
they're
Little...
cute. Yeah, they're fun. There's an asteroids thing. There's like, swiping a card, and yeah, they're very simple mini games. But yeah, it's fine. You don't get annoyed with them.
Well, they're all there to just take up time, aren't they? While the killer's trying to kill you, you're doing the game,
you
and
can,
he
also,
comes and
you,
kills
can, you can win it just by staying alive and doing mini games. Like you can.
I would love to know the statistics for games that are
sure
won.
never get to that point. Yeah.
Never. I don't think that ever happened.
But that's also the thing is like a lot of people aren't even doing them. I see people just wandering around all
Yeah,
the time.
a lot of people watching you. People watching. Yeah.
Right. I'm such a nerd. I'm like, I'm gonna go do the thing with a computer.
Well, I don't want to get in trouble with the boss,
I couldn't find anything. I was terrible.
No, you were
Well, that's
pretty
the other
bad.
thing. You have to play this game a few times in order
Yeah.
to figure out where the ship is
Yeah.
and what's where. Because fortunately, it tells you at the bottom of the screen where you are in the ship, and it's easy to access the map. You can even move around while you're accessing the map, so that's good. and it has little icons on the map of like where things need to be done, and if the infiltrator sabotages something, it'll have an alarm that goes off and it'll point with arrows. It's over here to fix this thing.
Yeah.
So, and you can also, if you're the infiltrator, go in vents and move around the ship very quickly.
Yeah, I've got to say the imposter role is quite fun, but I was terrible
exactly.
at it.
It's a lot like being the tank in Left 4 Dead because you get to have the fun. You know, it's like
It's great.
And it's extra fun when a meeting is called and you have to immediately start diverting attention away from yourself.
Yeah,
funny.
I look guilty as hell trying to do it. I was terrible at that.
You have to be good at it.
Yeah, you know what the best part about Among Us is when you are the imposter and you tell a lie and people believe you.
Yeah,
Like-
Ginny killed me, right?
Yeah.
And he had me convinced that someone else had done it. Right? And I was like, was it him? Did he kill me or did he not kill me? I thought he killed me, but maybe he didn't.
Right. When you get killed, there's a very quick animation of the person.
Yeah, and I was like, was it Ginny? I know he was
And-
near me, but was it him?
In those moments, like there's usually so many other people coming and going. For a while, it took me a while to figure out. Oh, that's someone. I better figure out which color that is that just killed me.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever. The
You
matchmaking.
had me convinced, Ginny. You were very good.
Thank you.
The matchmaking for randoms is not great. I don't know if y'all played any random matches.
No,
but
I've only
No, we
played
were
on
lucky
the.
we
We
had
did this
enough.
for the play date, so that's the only time I
that's the way
played.
to go. Is like
Yeah.
because you do it in public matches, and like it took me like 10 tries because probably most people aren't even playing that way. So I was doing it wrong, but whatever.
The best way to
Um,
play it is to play it with,
Yeah.
5-6 people you know. It's just so much
Right.
fun.
We had
So we
your
d-
niece and nephew in Ginny.
My
which was
niece
fun.
and nephew, Jimmy and Madeline, both. Like as soon as I started up, Madeline texted me saying, "Oh, Among Us, nice," because she was playing it as well. And then they both
I tell you
joined
what,
us.
Madeline was sly.
Yeah, they're both. Well, Jimmy knows the game so well. He's so
But
good.
Jamie was really good at working out who it might be.
Yeah.
Well, you
but-
know what to look for.
But you know what though, the good thing is like because I know Jimmy and Madeline so well, I know when they're lying as well. So like when Jimmy's lying, I can kind of tell he's fibbing a bit. It's so
the real
funny.
game has begun.
It's so funny.
So I'm fat. That was one of them.
I am fat. Yeah, that's Jimmy. I don't know why he calls himself I am fat, but that's teenagers for you, I suppose.
Jay was there for a short time.
JB, yeah, he
I
was
guess
there.
he left
Yeah.
right when I came in, but
Yeah.
I was there noon and nobody showed up, so whatever.
Tainted dropped in, didn't he? IP dropped in.
Hi, Pete.
Mighty Ice Dude.
John
Neat
Nezzy,
Visit,
if I'm saying that
Nezzy.
right.
Yeah.
Poison
Easy
Rain, and
to think.
Fraser Moore. Speaking of the Seal
Yeah,
podcast.
Fraser came in.
Yeah,
Fraser was funny though because he just kept sounding guilty even when it wasn't him.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty Ice Cube, which is Dan, and Dan was another expert of the game.
Yeah, he was very good at it.
And he
Dan,
was like,
wasn't
do this, and then when you know what Dan did as well, which was so fun. I don't think you two was there, right, on one of the last games. He was like, it definitely wasn't me because there's an animation of a task that that has happened that I did. So if you follow me,
Yeah, you just
I
in
can
the animation.
I can prove that it's not me. So me and Tainted followed him, and then because you've got to be quiet during the game. So okay, nothing. And me and Tainted and Dan walked around with each other for ages, and then when I was on my own, Dan killed me. So basically, he was trying to lure people into like a room to get him. So it was so funny.
Tactics, man, tactics.
I think that is probably the most successful play date we've had, and
it was fun.
it was great. Oh my god! I was playing it till right up to this show. I couldn't stop playing it. I loved it so much.
I don't think I'm crazy about this game, just because first of all, it requires you to lie, which I don't like to do, and I don't feel like I always know very much about what. I mean, maybe it's because I haven't played it enough, but I feel like when it starts, like I wasn't near the body. I was doing tasks.
Yeah, you've got to know, like the layout, and I think where Jimmy and Dan
Yeah,
were
we were
so
rubbish
like
at
they were
this.
so good at it because they knew the layout, they knew the rooms. It's kind of like a multiplayer map on Call of Duty, you know what I mean? Where you've got to just know the layout, and once because I was starting to get it after a while, so I was like, right, okay, I know where the mid bay is, I know where the lower engine and the upper engine rooms are, I know where this, so I know what the tasks are, and once you start getting like that. Then you can start looking at why is he doing that? Like that doesn't look right. So you've got to know what the game is to know what looks wrong. So it is a game that doesn't really become obvious too quickly. But there's loads of different versions of this game. Look, we played a board game which is basically like a very similar version of this, where you like a werewolf and you have to play an audio thing and close your
Well,
eyes.
there's a party game called Murder, which is
Yeah,
basically
it's you know, like it's
video
all the
version
same
of that.
thing. It's a
Yeah,
situation where
there's
you can
another
accuse somebody of doing something and
There's another
you're
video game called The Ship, isn't there? Which I think is the same as well.
right. Okay, but this one is the one that's just caught everybody's attention and
Yeah,
caught
it
on. This is the one, and
And it's free to play on mobile, so if anybody's listening and hasn't tried it, go to the App Store, check out Among Us, but have friends. It's very easy to link up when you're playing with friends.
And it's
You
totally
get a
cross-platform
code.
as well with everything. It just worked,
Yeah,
didn't it?
You get a game code and you can just share it through text or whatever,
Yeah,
and then
just
everyone's on the
jump
same.
in.
Yeah,
so we're gonna
play
play.
it again next week.
Yeah, we're gonna play this again next week because it went down
Yeah, it's
so
good.
well. I don't know how many you can have in a room. Do you know, or
What's that?
10, isn't it? 10 people.
10 is the max, yeah.
10? Oh, is it?
But if we have more than that, we can just have 2 rooms.
Yeah, I mean, the
We need
fact.
to make a new chat channel on the Discord, but whatever.
Yeah, but we
We
had.
should change the name of the other chat channel to like Playdate.
I have. If you look at it right now, I have.
Okay.
Already done it. Timmy is on it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you have. Nice.
Yeah. So it's I love it, Duke. I don't know. I know you're sort of a bit
Yeah, I
down on
really
the
enjoyed
game.
it. I thought it was really good fun. It was quite cool when I got away with a couple of murders, even just
It is
a
good,
couple.
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun to get away with murder.
Would you play it
Yeah.
again, Duke? Or,
Oh yeah, I will play it again because I feel like I get the taste of some of the fun, but I feel like there's other things that I haven't yet gotten a taste for, and I think if I keep at it, I will.
Yeah, definitely. Stu just kept on banging on about like how he just when he was dead, he was like, "I'm just grateful that I couldn't do my tasks
I know, yeah, without getting killed.
because you turn into a little ghost." Yeah.
Yeah, and you can go through walls, so it's a lot easier to get around the ship.
Well, that's a good. It's also a good. It's also a good way to kind of get to know the room and get to know the game and stuff. So, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
it's
can
very
watch
good.
the murderer do the murders if they're good at it. You can
Yeah.
see what they're doing and like, okay, get in the vent and hop over here and hop over there. So,
Definitely.
anything else to say about Among Us?
No, I think it's very good. I think the hype is kind of a little bit strange given because the game came out like a year ago or something.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yeah, and no one knew what it was, and then the
Wonder
sequel
why it got-
the sequel got announced.
Yeah, I saw
And-
about the sequel.
Yeah, the sequel got announced, but they cancelled the sequel because as soon as the sequel got announced, it became one of the biggest games in the world, very weirdly enough. And then they said, well, let's cancel the sequel because this one's doing really well now, and we're just going to add all this content
Well, they
to
said
this.
that they're gonna have a sequel at some point,
But it's
don't know
been
quite what it will be.
postponed. hasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I think they definitely, let's flesh this one out and space out. This was only just caught on, so why don't they? Yeah, I think they're doing the right thing, and yeah, I really like it. But I just can't. It's a game that thrives on just being with people that you know and friends and stuff like that, and like. It's just tricky. Like if I just fancy a quick game of Among Us, like I can't do that. I have to set it up and arrange it and see who's on it and whatnot. But it's okay. But we're going to play it again next week.
Yeah, come on by, people. Be a part of the fun.
It's good.
Well, I have one more thing to say about this game.
Oh yeah.
I know something that you don't know
All right. What do you know that we don't know?
about the game that we played earlier today.
All right.
You were fooled by something.
What were we fooled by?
I'm not going to tell you yet. You need to guess.
Oh, for God's sake! As if we're gonna guess.
That it's free on mobile.
No, you knew that already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we knew that already.
Something about the game that we played specifically.
Among Us.
All right.
That
No,
you were.
the game session.
I'm really confused.
I really
Everybody
no
that
idea.
was there was actually there.
What were you not playing it? Was it the Duchess playing?
I was playing it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was playing it twice.
What?
What? Well, you were playing as two separate people. So what?
What?
How was I playing it twice?
Because you had it on your phone and presumably on your PC at the same time.
Yes. How
Well,
did I?
Well, I don't know. The Duchess were playing one and you were playing the other.
Did you see the Duchess in the game?
Well, no, because you have different names. You don't have to put your real name in, do you?
No. But it didn't say the Duchess on the screen when we were playing, did it?
No.
Well, who did it say?
It's a
I
Duke
peed.
Fraser.
What did you
I
say,
peed.
Stu?
I peed. Oh my god, you were pretending to be IP. Oh, Jesus Christ.
IP was not in the game. That was me.
Wow.
What?
That's just so weird. You're a
I was
weirdo.
so tempted to let you know, like while I was playing it, but
But
I
IP came into the.
reveal
I was
on the
text. I text him.
Yeah, but what, as in real like texting in real life?
I texted him saying because I saw that IP was in the game, so I texted him saying, "Come into the Discord chat." And then he came in and he was like, "Whoa, what was that?" I was watching I was watching a horror film with my brother, and I was like, "What? Why are you watching a horror film?"
I'm playing this at the same time.
I'm sorry, IP. I don't mean to do you dirty.
So he probably thinks that I invited him to a Discord chat, and then there's lots of people in there, and he was like, "Why did Chinny invite me to that?"
That's just brilliant.
Out of nowhere, he wanted to be hanging out.
Wow,
What the
that is
fuck?
awesome.
Now you're not supposed to do that. I didn't know how to do it right. So at one point I was the murderer and I used IP to distract attention away from me. I think I got Chinny kicked out or something.
Do you know, I wondered that, right? Because a couple of times I saw IP just stood still doing nothing.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
you can't control two people at the same time.
I'm like, what the hell's he doing? Why is he just standing still?
I'm texting IP now, and I'm going to apologise.
That is so you
Duke
idiot.
is an asshole. I'm sorry to pull you away from your heart.
But the game was good. Duke is an
It
ass.
was.
But the game was good.
Mister, I don't like to lie.
Well, that's the thing is I
Wow.
was like, what could I have my phone. I wonder if I could use it to my advantage. Because mostly I was just curious to see how the play was different. But then I thought, ooh, I can also be evil with this. But I think somebody who are smarter than me or knew the game better could really use it well if they were to have a second platform and pretend to be someone else. But that takes it to that next level, man.
That's a whole other level, that is.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
So that's Among Us. Next week, I promise I will only be myself. I will not pretend to be anyone else next week. But
Good.
Chinny, you are not making that same promise.
No, but I ain't doing what you did.
Why not? It would give you an edge.
It would not give me an edge because I'm trying to control. I can only
Give you
just
an
about control one character.
It gave me an edge.
I'm sure it did.
Yes. All right, rolling the die. Hey, it's 4. That's back to Chinny.
I'm still fucking apologising to Pete here.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Stu.
Sorry, Pete. Oh,
Stu, your turn.
Oh, right, am I going?
Yes.
Right, okay. I'm going to talk about Tell Me Why.
Tell me why he.
Because I finished this
I think he
game,
gets funnier every week, Duke.
I know, yeah.
I know, right?
Tell me why.
Finished it.
Yeah,
Well done,
it's
Stu.
finished. I finished episode 3. And this
Three
is my review noise for this game.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. That's not too negative.
It's not too positive either.
Not
It's
raging
kind
on-
of
Yeah.
alright.
Now, you usually like these kind of like
I do.
crap
I do,
games.
But I found it a bit boring.
I find them all a bit boring.
It was
Stu.
a little bit boring.
You know why? Because they're all
And-
boring.
And the twist
you find Gone
wasn't
Home?
that shocking. Like, because he's all have to have a twist. But the twist was a bit like,
With a
is that
twist.
it? Is that it? There was a cool bit though. There was a cool bit where you. It reminded me a bit of Gone Home. I've got to say.
Oh yeah.
It had a little bit of a Gone Home vibe going on, where you find this secret attic space,
Oh,
and there's loads of these cool little puzzles that you have to solve.
get over.
And it was quite cool because you're given right at the beginning of the book, you have this storybook that your mum wrote for you. You know, with all these stories about a
Me
princess and you're the two little goblins.
Me mum's in the game.
The mum, yeah. So she wrote all these stories about you, and basically, you have to then use that book to solve all these little puzzles right at the end of the game.
Okay.
So up until that point, I hadn't really read any of these stories, to be honest. And then I only did it because I was like, oh, guess I've got to read them.
I guess
I
I
guess I've
gotta
got to read them now because I've got to do a puzzle. Yeah, but it was all right. I was quite impressed at the end. It was better than I thought it was going to be, to be honest, because the second episode was a bit boring.
Okay.
So then I thought the third, I must admit, I was expecting more of a bang, and it was more of a fizzle out. Yeah. It was all right. It was a bit boring. The gameplay, there wasn't enough gameplay. I felt it. And
Gameplay.
some of the gameplay it got you to was just a little bit tedious.
It's weird because gameplay is one of the things that I like in a game.
I know.
Yeah, but it's not the only thing, or even the number one thing. Whereas
It's not the best. It's not the best don't nod game I've played. Let's put
That's
it
just
that way.
Pete messaging me, by the way.
Oh yeah, what's he saying?
Ha 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 ha. Okay, looking forward to this story.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Sorry, Pete. I lied.
I'm just gonna put.
pretended to be-
I feel like an idiot.
Like just to give you an idea of gameplay, like one of the tasks you're given is to go and have lunch with some like woman that you know at the police station.
Okay.
And then you go to have lunch and she's like, "Oh, I'm a bit busy doing this thing. Go and talk to such and such a body and I'll be there in a minute." So you go you have to go and do a couple of like tasky things. Then you go back down and then you talk to her for a bit, and she's like, "Oh, I'm still busy. You need to go and eat some pie or something."
That sounds great.
Yeah. So then you go and
Fucking
sit down. Then you talk to this other police dude for a bit. And then she eventually comes. And then she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got to go and do this thing. So I'll have to skip the lunch." So you do all this fannying around to have lunch with her. And then she goes, "I've got to go." So you don't even have the lunch.
Oh, great.
I was like, "I want food. Why is there no food?"
Yeah.
Oh. So anyway. So yeah, it's a lot of tedium, I would say. This is the lunch task, the second that you're seeing right now.
Okay.
So you sit down, you get your bowl of
Tell me why we're not
nosh,
having lunch. More like it.
and she's still not there, man. She's still fanning around at her desk. And then when she does finally come, she goes, "I can't stay." Ugh. Tell you, people are so unreliable these days.
So, this game is wank.
I wouldn't go.
Depends on whether you like to not have lunch or not.
Yeah, it depends on the lunch situation. Because, and then she doesn't even eat the pie. She gets the bowl and just leaves it there.
Oh my God, Stu, you need to let go of this.
Why is she not eating the
Why are you
lunch?
playing these games, Stu? Why are you torturing yourself playing these games? Why are you playing it? Why? It sounds so crap. Well, just play something else. Play something fun that you want to play. Why are you playing this? It sounds awful. Why are you playing it?
But Chinny, this was only like 6 or 7 hours of my life. You're going to be playing that Assassin's Creed game forever.
Look, guys, I think we should all talk about how much we hate Apple products, shouldn't we?
Yeah, Apple are terrible. Why? What's happened?
I've just always hated Apple.
You've got an iPhone.
I'm pretending to be Pete.
I saw what you did. Well, I do now. Oh no, she's eating it. I didn't know you could. Look, she's actually eating.
Oh my
some.
God, that is not good
Just
for
a
an audio
minute.
podcast.
Revelation, I never ate any.
I wanted to not have lunch.
Jesus Christ! Oh, she only ate one spoonful. It's not
Stu,
really easy
again,
to
stop
do.
referring to the visuals. It's an audio show.
I'm sorry. Normal level of players resumed. She's only had one spoon.
Oh my God.
But yeah, tell me why. It's all right. It was all right. I mean, it's on Game Pass for free, so.
Is
You
it?
got
Is it?
Game Pass.
Is it
It's worth
tickling
it.
your balls?
No, not really. It probably just tweaked me nipples just about.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was a bit of a nipple tweak.
Should
Other
should
than
be our new rating, I think.
that- Did it tickle your balls?
Tickle your
Was
balls,
it a nipple tweak?
treat your lip, or tingle your lips.
Tingle your lips.
Which one did it do?
Yeah, there was no lip tingling going on. I
No.
don't think.
Or did it prolapse your anus?
No,
That's a negative one. That's a negative one.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it...
I got him. I got him, Duke. I got him.
Oh my god! Is you...
I got him.
Is your large intestine now angry?
All right, don't spoil it.
All right, Chinny, you're back up.
Duke is he's too highbrow for these jokes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
stopped
so
apologizing.
funny.
Um,
Okay, I'm calm.
So I have been playing.
Don't laugh, Uranus.
All right, okay.
You can make a butt joke.
I imagine Stu's going to fall asleep just like this, going.
I know, yeah. Yeah, they're just fall asleep, kind of fun.
You should have been there, okay.
Oh, dear.
Right, okay. So
Okay.
I've been playing nothing else.
Nothing else. I didn't
Nothing.
land on you. Duke. Guess it's back to
Yes.
you.
Okay, it's back to me. I've been playing Rocket League. How about that? It's free to play now, which means
Which means what? All the plebs are on it.
No, it means you get £10 off something else on Epic Games Store. That's what it means.
there's always been people who leave as soon as the game is over.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and this is maybe my rose-colored glasses, I feel like there is now an even more significant group of players who are only looking to rank up. They're not interested in the standard, the way we've usually played where I don't know, I'm a social person, right? I really like the interaction between players. So when a game ends, I always say like, well done, whatever, it was close, I can't believe I did that, self goal or whatever it is. But they just GG and then they leave, if they even can be bothered to GG. And I feel like it's just unfortunate that there's this group of people who are just looking to get in and out as fast as possible. And yeah, that's not why I play the game, but whatever. That's a minor complaint. There's a new season of Rocket Pass, which I've been, buying occasionally when I have the money. And I, because they give you credits when you play Rocket Pass, if you don't spend those credits along the season, you really only ever have to buy it once. So, yeah.
It's the same as Call of Duty do the same thing, where it kind of pays for itself after a while if you.
Yeah. So, whatever. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. What else can I talk about? Oh, Dragon's Dogma. Let me talk about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I talked about this last week, right?
You
I played
did.
it.
Yes, you
Yeah.
talked about it.
Dragon
and
you stole my heart.
This is the
and
game where it's like it's a bit jank, but
Yeah.
it's kind of
But
cool.
it's combat. It's Capcom knows how to do combat.
They do.
So they were doing it, and it's cool to climb up on things. And
I just want to say, this game. I'm done.
I just did not have fun with it. I was not having a good
Oh
time.
no!
And it
Didn't
was
scratch
really hard. I
the.
kept dying. I went down into the. Okay, first of all, there's this main mission I'm doing, right? And it's cool. There's nothing wrong with the main mission. I don't even remember. I guess it's find the dragon, right? So I'm supposed to find the dragon. Okay. Somebody came along and said, "Hey, this girl's missing from our village. Maybe you could go help find them." And I was like, "All right, cool. Side mission. I'm into it." So I went to go find the side mission, and it's all, purple check mark on the map. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but whatever. I'll go toward it. So I went toward the purple check mark on the map, and then it was get to this village. And I was like, all right, I got to the village. And then this guy goes, "Oi, the voices were so bad. I wish I could find the voices because it was just ridiculous.
Hey,
And he goes,
would you like some
There's
potatoes?
something down that well, and you don't want to go down there." And all this just nonsense. So I was like, "Ooh, I want to go down the well," because this is what I was looking for. It was like kill rats in the basement, right?
Yeah, that's why you played it.
And- Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, cool, let's do it. I go down there. There's these lizard things, like, I don't know, alligators with legs walking upright and all that. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's kill them, and I'm going to take care of them. Dead.
Wow.
Hey, I must have done something wrong. Let me, I got this potion. Let me have the potion ready. Okay, almost dead. Use the potion. All right, now I'm back. Dead. I was like, God damn it. Now, I realized at that moment when I quit out that I had been playing it for 115 minutes. You cannot trade a game back into Steam to get a refund if you play it for 2 hours. So I was like, you know what? The question then became, am I having fun with the other parts of the game? And the answer was no, because the controls were kind of jank, the NPCs were boring, the graphics aren't amazing, and I just decided, you know what? I'm done. And later on, I talked to Hardly Dan because I had gifted it to him because he had it on his wish list when I went to buy it. And it was $8 for each. So if I had not been able to return it, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but still. But he said, "Did you try it on easy mode?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot there was an easy mode. I should have done it, but I didn't." So whatever. I mean, I'm glad I tried it. Other people love it. I think it was probably a game of its time, and now the time has passed, and it's just not great. So,
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma, thumbs down.
Some things just don't age well.
I guess, and it's also just not for me. Maybe
I think
There's
sometimes
people who
there's a
really like this kind of challenge because, of course, they made Dark Souls, right? So some people really like that really, really difficult kind of game. I just don't know what I was doing wrong. Because in Dark Souls, look, I tried it. I screwed up. We talked about how one time I went down when I should have gone up or whatever. And I tried it again, and I realized, okay, I needed to be more patient. I needed to block more. I needed to do this. I needed to do that. In this case, I don't know what the hell is wrong with what I was doing. So I'll admit it when I mess up for a reason that's my own impatience or whatever it is. But in this case, I think it was just, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So
You just suck, Duke. That's what you were doing
suck,
wrong.
but you know what the other thing is? Here's the other thing. This is what I realized too. The game is built upon using the right attack strategy for each enemy, right?
Yeah.
But I like Skyrim. Point the sharp thing at the thing until it dies.
Well, that's what Dark Souls is like as well, though. It's like it's got like
Yeah.
a strategy for each.
Exactly.
Thing
I ain't got
and-
time for that shit. I just want to kill things. You kill the
The
rats in the
trouble-
attic by hitting them until they die. And if you want to cast spells on them, cool. If you want to hit them with arrows, cool. If you want to hit them with swords, fine. But you don't have to approach it one way or another.
But
I don't like
the trouble with these types of games where you have to work out the strategy, you have to work out, right, how do I kill this boss? Is that you've got to then get to the boss fight again. So when you get killed, and then you
Right.
might learn a little bit more the next time, and then you get killed again, and then you've got to fight your way to the boss again.
I think The Witcher
Wow.
3, as much as I hate to praise it, I think it did that sort of thing well because there's a little bit of it, but it's not every fight. You have to try to figure out what's this one like? What's that one like? Instead, once every 10 fights, you have a monster that won't be hurt by the Igni that you have come to rely on or the sword that you tend to use. Now, if it were you couldn't use a certain type of, you had to use a silver sword on some of the monsters, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, if you had two separate swords, like one for humans and one for monsters, how ridiculous an idea is
So
that?
stupid.
Yeah, terrible.
Get it? Listeners, if you don't
Yeah.
know, I had a problem with Witcher 2.
This is a bit like Duke with double jump, but only in Witcher.
Exactly. I'm thick sometimes. I'm sometimes dense and I don't get it. But anyway, I had a problem with Witcher 2 because I didn't realize you had two different swords. So.
Yeah. It sort of
And-
fits that in Witcher
to
3.
to my credit, though, hang on. To my credit, to support me from 5 years ago, you're one of yours is breaks, so you have to get it fixed. So I didn't realize you had to get it fixed again. So.
That is true. That is
Anyway,
totally
that's
true.
it. That's all I have to say about Dragon's Dogma.
Right, well, I should talk about the game of the year, shouldn't I?
Oh, what's that?
Because like Half-Life Alyx, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Uh-oh.
And then I was like, maybe it's going to be Flight Simulator. But now I've started playing Death Stranding.
Oh my God.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Well, the walking simulator is game of the year, huh?
I don't know what people are moaning about not understanding the story. It's crystal clear.
Go ahead. Tell us in a nutshell what the story is.
So basically, you're Sam, who's a courier who takes shit from one place to another.
Well, that
right?
does sound like game of the year.
See? And you've got to distribute the weight properly on your body, otherwise you fall over. Like, how fun does that sound?
Yeah.
Then you've got to be aware that there's timefall, not rainfall. So don't
What?
get confused here.
What's
We're talking timefall,
What does that
which
mean?
when it rains, it's actually time, and time goes faster when it's raining, but it's not rain because it's timefall. See, it's not confusing at all.
So you're making jokes now. Are you actually enjoying this game?
Kinda. It's tweaking me nipples. That's about it. at
Point,
the
I want to
moment.
know the truth about how you feel and these layers upon layers of irony and sarcasm.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's fine, whatever. It's cute. I get it. But
So then you go and meet the president, who it turns out is your stepmom.
okay.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Then she dies, but then you got to burn her body because if you don't burn her body, it creates a crater or something. And if
Okay.
you get a crater, then all these like BTs come which are like spirits that are trapped between our world and the afterlife or something.
Okay.
But that's okay because you get a BB, and BBs are really useful.
Like a
they
BB gun?
No, a baby bridge. So basically, you get a baby in a bottle.
I don't care anymore.
And the baby in the bottle can guide you through the BTs.
Who's this person on the screen with the mask?
Looks like that's Die Hardman.
Oh, Mr. Wayne, I'll let you suffer.
You're not listening, are you? This is his real name in the game. Is Die Hardman.
Hardman. Yes.
Yes, that's his actual character name.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's and then you've got the actual main aim of the game is to restore the chiral network, which is a bit like the internet. So you have to walk from one place to another, reconnecting this network across the whole of America till you eventually get back to your sister who's stranded at the other coast.
Okay.
So there you go. That's kind of the game in a nutshell. See, you asked for it in a nutshell, and I've given it to you.
I guess so. It's the kind of game that doesn't really fit into a nutshell, though.
Yeah, there is no genre for this game. It's kind of cool in some respects. It does have some Dark Souls similarities, not in combat, but it's asynchronous. So if someone builds a bridge in the game, when you're in the game, that bridge is in your game.
Oh, dude.
Or if someone puts a rope down the side of a cliff edge in their game, then that rope is in your game, so you can utilize the rope they've left.
So aren't there like hundreds of millions of bridges everywhere?
Not really.
No, they fade over time, so they go away.
It is cool though.
Based on what you said about this game, I think The Simpsons basically described it at one point here.
Was sollen eigentlich diese Augen überall?
Whoops, that's German. Never mind.
Oh yeah, well done. The one thing I will say, this game looks stunning. It uses the same engine as Horizon Zero Dawn, and the environments and the lighting.
And look what they did with it.
I know, yeah. Looks incredible. The physics are just ridiculous. You know, Grow Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like that, but you're a human being.
Yeah.
So there's a maximum amount of weight you can carry. You can just keep sticking it on your back, right? And eventually you just look ridiculous. So you have this huge... If you forward to near the end when I stop playing Chinny, you'll see what I mean. It's just ridiculous. So you have all this shit that you've got to carry, and you're stumbling over rocks, and he falls over all the time. And if you have like something that's too heavy on your back, if you just stand still, he just falls backwards and falls over. So every time you deliver a package, you get likes, like on Facebook.
What?
So you can pick up stuff that other people have dropped as well. So like they'll drop packages, you can pick those up and deliver those as well. So you get more likes for delivering other people's packages.
Okay, so now we're playing video games in order to get social media ego boosts that aren't even real.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Guillermo del Toro's in the game.
And
yeah, he plays Deadman, who's kind of the guy who tells you what you need to do and stuff.
I'm gonna repeat. I've said this before. Hideo Kojima is overrated, man. I don't know. Like, I think the guys.
It's a beautiful game. I mean, one thing I will say, amongst all other stuff, it is a beautiful game.
So,
I mean, looks wise, and there is something kind of addictive about wandering around this wasteland trying to work out how to get from point A to point B. And the terrain is really clever. You know, there's a lot of rocks. There's lots and lots of rocks. Cliff edges and stuff to navigate, rivers, streams.
Well, there are rocks. Thousands of rocks.
And if you go in a stream and it's too deep, you get washed away, which is probably a bad thing. I know. But yeah, it's a very, very strange game. Very strange game. This bit in his room is a bit weird because you can't move around. You can only sit on the bed, highlight stuff, and sort of point to it. And I was there for ages trying to work out what I had to do next. I'm like, maybe I have to go out the door. So you click on the door and then you get the animation. You need to move the game onto the next bit. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. But I am going to keep playing it because it is weird, which ticks my boxes, really.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It does. It does. It's just a very strange
So what's your
game.
review noise so far?
I don't know. I think okay, I think my review noise so far, because it does start quite well. It's quite actiony at the beginning. I reckon it's like so far.
Okay.
It's not great, is it?
It's not great, but it's sort of all right.
Interesting enough to keep you
I'm
moving.
intrigued. I'm intrigued. Is probably
How many
the main
hours
way.
have you played in it so far? Would you say?
Probably a couple, maybe 2 or 3.
Gotcha.
But I do believe, right, and I'm going to put this out there now. I think this is a game where you could just lose a lot of hours to, without even noticing. And that
Does
sounds
the story
weird.
make you want to play it, or is the gameplay that makes you?
I think it's the gameplay, weirdly.
Delivering packages that you're carrying around on your back.
I don't think it's that. I think it's the navigation. It's the navigation aspect. And also, right, and this sounds really weird, but you'll just walk into a random area and then just some random piece of music will start playing. And it'll come up on the screen.
How random.
Oh, just weird, like
music synced to different
sort
parts.
of ambient, sort of chill out music. It's really weird. And you'll be wandering along, and then suddenly this tune will just start playing in the middle of the area you're in, and it'll come up who it is, and it'll say such and such a song by such and such a person, and it's like, huh, you know. And then that'll be on for about 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then it just stops.
Music in a video. This is why does Hideo Kojima get like a free pass? Is like he's put music in the game. Like, why do people freak out?
I didn't say I'm freaking out. I'm just saying it's just a weird thing that happens.
Music in a game?
No, but that's triggered by area that you're in.
What are you talking about? That happens in every game ever.
No, it's just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Every game you've ever played in the last 20 years does that.
But
you go in a water level with Mario, and it's like all watery and stuff.
No.
It starts in Mass Effect. Different music starts playing. What the hell?
No, but it's I don't know. It's just weird. You're just walking along and then just
more striking in this game because it's not necessarily because of combat.
No, it's not like incidental. It's kind of, I don't know. It's just weird, and it just sort of.
Don't you defend him,
I think
Duke?
If nothing else, we can all agree that this game is weird.
No, it makes total sense. I told you at the beginning of all of this, I know exactly what's going on.
Anything else you want to say about Death Stranding?
No, I'm going to keep playing it, though, because I'm intrigued as to where I'm going to walk to next.
Keep us posted on what you think.
And it looks beautiful. Like I say, it looks stunning.
Yes, we got that.
Stunning. By the way, did I mention how good it looks?
And here it again.
There you go.
Okay.
And that's it from me.
Okay. Well, I have 2 more games to talk about real quick.
Woohoo!
Right. When I got done with Dragon's Dogma, I said I still had the RPG itch.
Oh, how are you going to itch that itch?
I know, right? So I thought, I looked around. Divinity 2 is one that is often recommended. Like, people go on gaming suggestions on Reddit and they're like, what should I play? And it's always The Witcher and it's Skyrim. And then it's like Kenshi. And I tried that and that game is not for me because it sucks. And then it's Divinity 2, it's Dragon's Dogma, some other things, Witcher 2. So I was like, okay, you know what? I've looked at all the best of lists. Maybe there isn't anything out there that's going to scratch this itch for me. But what do I have? Maybe I have something that I haven't played, or I only tried it once and I should try it again. And then I realized I have Assassin's Creed Liberation, and we had been talking about that. And I was like, Assassin's Creed games are cool. You have a sword, you kill people, it's missions, it's open world. Yeah, I think that could work. So I put Assassin's Creed Liberation in, and I started playing it. And, I mean, it's an Assassin's Creed game, so it's like really fluid, it's really cool, you're climbing on stuff, it's Assassin's Creed, right? What are you going to get? But so much of the first part of the game, at least, is put on the slave clothes and mingle in with the slaves. Don't get seen. Don't run. Make sure you're carrying a box. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure being a slave was, in the American South, was not kill people and run around and have fun, right? Duh. But, then it's like, okay, now you're going to put on your fancy lady clothes because you're an adopted daughter of some rich woman or something. And walk slowly, and move around and mingle in. And I don't want to do this. I want to kill people. Come on, let me kill people. So I think I've gotten past, because it's only the first few missions that are like that, right? You got to know how the mechanics work. And you have access to these stealthy options when you want them. Okay, fine. Yeah, but hey, when you do finally start killing people, it's like, hey, enslavers, first 3 minutes, it's like, kill these enslavers. I'm like, yes, I will. Thank you, please. It's kind of funny because, of course, Assassin's Creed prides itself. Every game starts with, this game was the product of a multicultural group of people with different backgrounds and religious beliefs and blah, 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 right? But the character in this game is described as French and African, which is a pretty common, stupid thing that people say because France is a country and Africa is a continent. So maybe you could be a little more specific about where this lady comes from. Or if you said European and African.
She's Earthian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Earthian. There you go.
Yeah, it's just a lot of slow walking, and I'm ready for the parts that are more exciting that have to do with killing people and jumping around.
Duke, I've listened to you talk. I'm like, God, I wish I could go back to those days of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Just kill shit, walk around the bit.
No, when you could actually like have missions where things happen and stealth and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they get rid of that in Odyssey.
Pretty much. I mean, you still have missions, but it's usually just, I don't know, fight your way out of it. Maybe you'd like Odyssey.
Maybe I would. I don't know. But I'm going to keep going with Liberation because I love the setting. I love the fact that it's, you're taking on this system of slavery and going through the marshes and taking people out that way. So, yeah, whatever. I'll keep playing it. Meanwhile, because it wasn't a whole lot of swords and sorcery and elves and shit, which is what I was originally looking for, I did a search on Steam, RPGs, best-selling, best-rated, whatever, and Spiderweb came up. And I thought, okay, Spiderweb Games has made a lot of RPGs over the years.
Oh, okay.
Avernum is one of their most well-known series, but they have one out called Avedon, which is weird that they would have two with AV as the first two letters. Anyway, the point is I interviewed the creator of these games a few years back. So if you want to hear an interview with this guy, check it out on the Veteran Gamers archives. But I got one called Avedon 2, actually. And this is as old school as a game in 2020 is going to be, right? It looks like it came out in 1990.
I'll be honest, this doesn't look as good as Neverwinter Nights that came out donkeys years
that's
ago.
true. That game is very polished. But the gameplay in these is awesome. They all play exactly the same. They all look exactly the same. There's no customization. You have a warrior. It's wearing plate mail, even if you're only wearing a leather tunic. So it's not, you don't play it for the graphics. You don't play it for, the excitement of the action, combat. But it is a very satisfying RPG. You are a soldier. You have to clear out the vermin in the basement. When you start, there's rats.
Why is that the mission default in every single?
It's just the trope, isn't it?
It's just the way it is. It's the way
Just
it is.
clear out the rats.
People expect. And some people like the fact that you expect it, like me, and some people hate the fact that it's so common.
It doesn't do that in Witcher 3. It doesn't go and kill these rats.
What is the first mission in The Witcher 3? You gotta run around with Ciri in the...
It's finding out how jank the movement is. That's the first mission.
Well, no, it is like training in order to figure out.
Yeah, it's training, I think.
Anyway, the point is that I really like these Spiderweb games. But you have to like turn-based combat and you have to like reading because it's well written.
Okay, goodbye.
I know that means y'all are done. I know, that's fine.
I bet Ginny can't wait to play this game.
Yeah, I wrote down here. I got a sword. I'm killing rats. I'm happy.
Yeah.
They've actually implemented some urgency. So it is turn-based, but at certain points, it is also not turn-based. So you click on where you want the person to go. So it's sort of Diablo 3-ish. The combat isn't, but at times you've got these monsters behind you and you have to run away from them and they're just advancing and you have to keep clicking and it's like, ooh, I'm actually kind of scared. So that was something I haven't seen in a Spiderweb game before, but whatever.
You'd probably love a Plague Tale Innocence because you get to kill loads of rats in that game.
Well, yes. Now you have my attention.
You see, there's loads of rats. In fact,
The play screen, shut up. The play screen, as you can see, is isometric, so it's 3/4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means that south on the game is
Bottom left
corner.
Bottom left, yeah.
Right. But on the map, it's just down. So it's kind of confusing when you're headed to the south to get to the castle, and then suddenly you're looking at a map and you think you're going to go southwest, but actually it's south. You know
The
what I mean?
map
So
needs to
maybe
be
that's
isometric as well.
Yeah, exactly. They should make it the same, but whatever. The biggest problem that I've had so far is that I got to a certain point where I just kept dying, and it said you can sneak past these wolves if you move quickly and keep your distance. I kept my distance as far as I could. I was moving as fast as every time. Wolf, rah, wolf, rah, wolf, rah. And as soon as the wolves attack, these other hunters from nearby come and attack you. And it was so hard. I just kept dying. And again, I was like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I thought I needed to drop the difficulty until I realized I was not leveling up my characters.
Oh, God, you did the classic Mass Effect thing that I did.
Classic.
The very first Mass Effect, that's what I did wrong. I didn't level up anybody, and I was like, why do I keep dying?
So there is a game, I don't remember what game it was, but I played a game not too long ago where, I guess it's Fallout. At a certain point, if you haven't leveled up, when you pull up the Pip-Boy, it'll be like, hold this button to level up whenever you're ready. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you for the reminder. I think every game should do that because obviously some of us are stupid and we need to be reminded that we can level up.
Yes, we are.
So once I did that, it didn't make the battle instant that I won, but I was able to defeat the monsters. And that's all I want. You know what I mean? Like I could figure out what I needed to do and I did it. And then I had a fighting chance. So yeah. And there's this enemy that kept showing up and I'd beat him and then he'd vanish. And then he'd show up again and I'd beat him and he'd vanish. And then we got to the end of I actually beat him for good. And he said, please let me live. I was a mercenary fighting for these people, but I don't care about them. And, I will leave you alone forever. And, I decided to let him go because I tend to be very merciful, but he'll probably come back at some point and cut my head off.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to pay for that dude later on.
Well, we'll see. Or maybe he'll show up and be like, you leave my friend alone. He let me live. And now I'm going to help you.
A quick question.
Yes.
Did you ever finish Dragon Age Quick?
No.
See, you should have gone back and played that game.
Yeah, maybe.
That's good.
That is a good question for you there, Duke. I mean, I don't usually agree with Stu.
I feel like the game world was so layered and there was so much I didn't understand. The combat, I did have a number of times when I felt like the combat was just tedious and hard. It
looks tedious and hard to me. Avadon 2.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it does.
That's the thing. I've played so many of this company's games, and they're all the same, so I know exactly what I'm doing. And
You know the language.
Again,
you know it. Yeah.
know the language.
Again, is like your comment. They're all the same. Is a bit worrying.
Well, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. How many times have I played Skyrim over and over again? I like the same. I'm a creature of habit. So if you like turn-based games with a lot of text, Spiderweb Games is the gold standard, sort of. So check them out. I like their games. They're not for everybody, but here's the other thing I'll say. They're well written. They're very well written because, like I said, they all look the same, but the stories in them are so interesting. You start off in this one as the soldier who has a guide, and he's leading you on, and you find these traps, and he's like, these are different than the other traps. Go kill the monsters in that building and let me figure out what I can do with these traps. And I'm like, okay. And I go and kill the monsters. I come back, and he's like, I think we need to avoid these traps. And I was like, what? And I think he's working with the rebels, but then he gets taken off by monsters that are working with the rebels. So I'm like, I don't really know what's going on with this guy. And I assume he was dead because it looked like they killed him and then dragged his corpse away. And when I found the captain of the guard, I said, hey, they took the guy, dude, he's dead. And they're like, oh, you think he's dead? Why? And I'm like, well, it looked like he was dead. He's like, he's not dead. I was like, why not? They're like, you got to go do this mission. So they're doing a good job of planting these questions in your mind and like making you want answers. It's very well written. So,
interesting.
That's Abaddon 2.
Okie dokie.
Yeah,
so, we're done.
That's it. I'm done.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay,
Time for some news.
There is a lot of news. Well, there isn't a lot of news, but there is some news.
Putting news first.
And if you've just joined us for the first time, we do not put news first. Obviously, that is an ironic.
We never put news first.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is some news this week because it's been kind of a big week.
As it?
Because, yeah, PS5 pre-orders are a mess. Xbox went on sale this week. That's a freaking mess.
Everything's a mess.
And nobody can get hold of an RTX 3080 graphics card either. Like anything that's like been put on sale, you just cannot get one.
None of these things affect me at all.
No, I'm not bothered. But it's like the people who do want one of these, it's just crap, innit? You
just
know,
wait.
Like,
just wait.
I know, but people can't wait, can they?
Well, do.
I guess.
And some people want one for Christmas, and there's probably a chance
Well,
you're not even gonna get that.
buy a bloody
Yes, Tamagotchi
hoverboard.
Buy a hoverboard.
Buy a vape. Start
see, for
smoking.
No.
For instance, Millie's boyfriend wants a Series X for Christmas.
Oh, Millie's got a boyfriend now, has she?
Yeah, she has got a boyfriend.
No, I don't.
Millie's boyfriend wants one, right?
I don't
And
remember
he
being
asked his
part
mum-
of the family meeting for that one, Stu. I wasn't invited.
I know. And he asked his mum to get him one, right? To pre-order him one on the pre-order day. Told her the time and everything.
Hmm.
And then at 9:10, she sent him a picture and said, "Is this the thing you want?" And he's like, have you not done it yet?" And she's like, "Huh, no." And he's like, "Well, you won't be able to get one now because the pre-orders opened at 8:00 and they were like sold out within about 10 minutes." So he might. But we think it might be a fake out. It could be a bit of a fake out.
I
you know,
think
like
it'll be fine. I think there'll be plenty for Christmas.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Hmm.
see. I'm not convinced.
I
We'll see.
honestly, if you want one for Christmas, then what games are you going to play on it? Answer me that.
I know. I'm not bothered. I ain't bothered. I ain't getting one.
What? Somebody
I will
write
get
into
one
the
eventually.
somebody
I'll get one
write
eventually.
into the show and say I really want a launch console because I
see,
want to
I know
play
Dan-
this game. And what is it? Tell
Yeah.
me because it's wrong.
Well, let's ask Dan. I'll ask Dan because he queued
Hardly
up
Dan.
outside of-
Hardly
yeah,
Dan?
Hardly Dan. No,
No,
not
no,
that
Dan Fletcher.
Dan Fletch.
Yes, yeah.
He
Yes,
queued
I
up
saw him on
outside
Insta.
of the game in Preston, didn't he, to get one?
I saw him on the gram. I saw it on the
Did you see
gram.
him on the gram? Did you see him on the gram?
I might do it for Compton.
So Antonio says The Medium. I don't know what that game is, but it sounds boring. I'm going to judge it on the title, Antonio. So that's a no.
Yeah. Resident Evil Village looks cool, and I'm assuming
Is that
it looks
launch?
cooler.
That
Based
launch?
on the
Yeah, I think it is, or is it? No, it probably isn't. I don't know.
Probably isn't, is it?
Who knows? But there has been some other news this week. Big news. Microsoft have bought Bethesda. So that happened.
That was the
Yeah,
ultimate dick move, wasn't it?
Everybody was tweeting at me. Oh my God, dude!
I know, even I did it.
And what I have to say about this is the same thing I said to you, Stu. Microsoft is a horrible, evil, huge company. They keep buying things up. It's a monopoly. We should break them up. But they've been good to Minecraft, so I hope.
Yeah.
they'll really
Let's be
empathize
honest.
with
I
their
said
MMO
this.
bullshit.
I said this. Maybe the games will be a bit more polished and less glitchy.
I don't think that'll change. But
That's part
what
of the
You never
charm.
know. You
what
know?
I think it's an interesting move, and it was like 7.5 billion or something.
Something like
Yeah, and people go, well, that's a lot of money to buy Bethesda. I was like, yeah, it is. It is a lot of money, but they paid like 2.5 for just Mojang, who, let's face it, is just Minecraft.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And when you look at the history of Microsoft, they buy the shit out of everything. And
let's
they
just
buy their
clarify.
way out of business, basically.
Let's
They
buy them out, boys, on The Simpsons.
They bought ZeniMax, so they didn't actually buy Bethesda.
No,
and
but it's
Bethesda
the
is owned by
parent.
ZeniMax. But they've got a whole other lot of studios. It's not just Bethesda.
Since Phil has been there, Phil the no neck Spencer has been there in the last 6 years. He
Phil the no neck.
the number of companies that they've bought that are gaming companies have gone up massively, and he's been making, because everybody knows, and I've been saying this as well, that Microsoft, if PlayStation and Microsoft were your uncles, right? PlayStation is your cool uncle wearing a leather jacket, you know, turns up late, smoking a cigarette, doesn't give a shit. He's the cool uncle. And Xbox is that kind of sad uncle who's wearing a jumper and, hey, kids, want to play video game? You're like, no, go away, you fucking idiot. I don't want to talk to you. You're weird. All right, that's Microsoft's image. And they're buying the... And that uncle has just gone, well, I've just bought a Porsche. You know, so everybody likes him now.
It is. That's exactly what
That's
it
it.
is.
That's all they do. They go, we haven't got any cool games, so we'll buy them.
Yeah, they did.
Who does everybody love? Bethesda. All right, let's buy them. Todd Howard's loving it. He's basically a nerd that thinks he's cool. Yeah, I don't know. What this means for they wouldn't pay that amount of money because everybody's going, well, maybe they'll do what they did with Minecraft and it'll be on the PlayStation. No, no, they don't buy a company for 7.5 billion. All right. One of the companies that everybody loves their games, like the Elder Scrolls and the Fallouts and the Dooms and all that jazz, and make it available on the PlayStation. There is no way this is PC and Xbox only. This is for the future of Game Pass, for the future of xCloud. It is fucked for anybody that wants to play Skyrim or Elder Scrolls on a Sony platform again. What?
No, I don't think it is.
I think it is.
No, I don't think it is. I think they're going to treat this the same as Minecraft.
No,
because ultimately
you're
they're buying
insane.
it.
You're insane.
No, I'm not. I think it's a business decision.
Yeah, it is.
I think they've bought it to just make cash. I don't think they're bothered about
A
exclusivity
business
or
buying
anything like
something just to make cash?
Fuck it.
that.
Slow
Yeah, but
down,
they're
shoot.
gonna no, but they're going to make more cash having it on more platforms.
No, I think it's they're going to make it exclusive to Game Pass. That's
They've
what it
even
is.
honoured because Sony had an agreement for a game to be exclusive, timed exclusive.
Yeah, I
to
know.
Sony,
Yeah.
and they've honoured that. They've gone,
Because
"No, that's
you know, because look, right, to make deals and buy companies, right, is difficult to do. And Phil Spencer, Phil the Leather Jacket Spencer, is very good at it, right? And the reason why he's good at it is because he honors things like that. And he did it before with other games with another company that I can't remember. And he's doing it again. He's saying, look, you can have that exclusive, but I still want your company. And they're like, this is a great deal because he knows the long-term game, right? He's playing the long game. So they'll have their exclusive, whatever exclusive that is. But he knows when it comes to Elder Scrolls, whatever the fuck it's called, like Bumtown, or I don't know what it's called, right? The new one, right?
That is what it's called. Elder Scrolls 6 Bumtown.
Right, Bumtown, right? And everybody flips their shit, and Fallout 5 comes out, and everybody flips the shit. It's going to be on only on Game Pass, only on Windows, like the Xbox Windows, whatever.
by me.
Right, and that's it. They'll cut it off. So these business deals they're not like these contracts that you pull out of a fucking fridge and go, here's the business deal. But it's done by people, and Phil is fucking really good at it because he makes the deal appealing.
But Phil Nonek didn't do that with Minecraft, did he?
Yeah, because he's I think
That's
with
got
I think
everything. That's
Minecraft is a different kettle of fish, right? Minecraft is like, what about the kids that play it? What about like Bethesda's not like that at all. I think they bought Bethesda because they know that Elder Scrolls and Fallout and Doom are these fucking massive names that they need, and they need exclusives. And Bethesda,
Doom Eternal, by the way, has already been confirmed, hasn't it, for Game Pass?
so surprise. There you go. So there is no way that they are allowing that shit to go on the Sony platforms. No way. There's no chance. I'm calling it now. If I'm wrong, I'll buy you a fucking I'll buy you a delivery or something. All right.
We'll see.
It's basically like, what do you have over there? Like Just Eat, Uber Eats. What's
yeah, sure.
like deliver? I'll buy you a.
Basically that,
I'll buy you one of those because I can't
Okay.
I can't buy you a lunch because it's Rona.
No, we're never going to see each other ever again.
I'm never going to see you ever again. But I'll buy you and your fucking family a fucking Deliveroo, and I'll chuck in Millie and not Millie's boyfriend because I don't approve. But
So this is for the next big thing coming out.
if there's
the next big thing from Bethesda.
if there's whatever, because they've got another one, haven't they? They've got like an Elder Scrolls, they've got Fallout, there's got another one that they like Starlink or some bullshit. I don't know what it was. And whatever it's working. Rage 3, no one wants that.
Yeah, we do. What are you talking about? Speak for yourself.
Those big titles, the ones that they're going to honor, they don't care. But the big fuckers,
Rage 3, no, seriously, who cares?
there's no way they're going to be on the Sony platform. So if one of those big fucking games are on there, not the little titty ones, the big ones, then I'll buy you, Kay and Millie, a fucking Deliveroo Just Eat motherfucking lunch.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens then.
Not
that case.
happening.
I'll hold you to that.
Not happening.
You never know. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think they're in it to make cash, and they're not.
Can we talk about the real thing going on, though?
Yeah, go on then.
Amazon's got a new gaming service. Oh my god.
Have they?
No, I haven't even noticed. Has it?
I didn't know. I genuinely don't know anything about this.
Did it come out?
People are like, "This is the end of Strava," or no, Strava.
Stadia. Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
So what is this? Tell me about it. I don't know anything
Just a
about it.
minute. Whoa. How can you end something that's barely begun?
Exactly.
Flipping Stadia. I'd even forgotten about Stadia. What is that? Is anyone actually playing?
What is this Amazon thing? Tell me.
I don't even know.
Oh.
There you go.
It's
Right, that's
just-
the news then. We're done.
Is there no other news?
No, I don't know. I don't care. I think we're
So what's
done.
the Amazon thing called?
Amazon
game,
games? I don't know.
Amazon game player.
Fucking hell.
thing.
This show.
But we know all of the details.
Amazon games.
Thing.
Prime Gaming. What? Gaming platform. Amazon Luna. It's called Luna.
Luna.
Goes in NVIDIA GPU.
Luna.
I like the name.
Can it stand out?
How does
It's
it work?
not solving cloud gaming's biggest problem, says Gizmodo.
What is cloud gaming big problem?
Yeah, go on then. What
Easy
happens?
for game developers to bring titles to Luna. Amazon's new Luna cloud gaming platform is powered by Windows servers and NVIDIA GPUs. Luna supports more than 100 games thanks to the Windows support, allowing developers to quickly move their existing Windows games over to an AWS instance and provide cloud streaming access to subscribers. Boring.
Brilliant.
Sounds just like Stadia. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell.
I think they need to give up because I don't think these things are working. And I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I think like Microsoft's Game Play Anywhere thing's gonna piss all over.
Well, the thing is, I think there's always room for another competitor, isn't there? So I think Microsoft are ahead because they're not trying to force this streaming stuff on everybody, but the streaming stuff is gonna come, and xCloud is there. And I think if history tells us anything, there's always room for 2 or 3 other people to do the same thing. So yeah, somebody's gonna figure it out, whether it's Stadia or Amazon or I don't know, Gloopla, you know, that company.
Gloopla looks awesome.
Oh yeah, Gloopla.
You know, there'll be something. Somebody will crack it other than
You see,
Xbox.
I've heard more about GeForce now than I have Stadia.
Yeah, you would.
You know what I mean? I think that's kind of doing a little bit, but I just think Stadia is
The only reason I've heard about Luna is because I have nerds on my Twitter feed. So
Luna.
I'm looking at you,
Right.
Gary, Police, and Murphy's Law.
Right, we're gonna do emails.
Yes, let's do emails. Why
Oh,
not?
that shit.
Okay, here we go. Email song. I'm clicking on it. This is it.
Whoa, that ruled.
First email this evening is off the Strutmeister,
Strutmeister.
and he says this is more personal. It's to me. He says, "Hey Stu." He don't give a shit about you two.
Fine.
He says, "Hey Stu,
Okay.
I hope you and the family are keeping well."
All
See?
right,
I'm
okay.
like, thanks for asking. Thanks again for all of you, Duke, Chinny, and all of you by continuing to do the podcast during these tough times.
I
It's
thought this
definitely
was just Stu.
well, you know, it's sort of for me, but you two are the sort of included.
All right, okay.
Okay.
It's definitely been a bright spot during my weeks. Have
You're
any of you gents considered playing PGA 2K21 Golf?
Yes, I have considered playing it, and then I said, "Wait a minute, I already have a different golf game."
I have lots of golf
I need to
games.
play
I don't
that.
know. It's not cross.
And by the way, if you're so happy about us doing the show,
Give us some money!
He does. He does. He does.
I don't
He
want
does.
money. Okay, good. Give us more.
He does. Anyway, he says,
He
He
d-
giving us money.
it's not so Duke, so terrible. You're a bad person.
Oh god.
I don't
It's
even
not
want
cross.
money. If I wanted money, why would I be a teacher?
Exactly.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
you,
good point.
you don't need money. You're buying a farm.
There you
Uh,
go. That's where all the money went. That's why we don't have
Exactly.
it.
It's going on cows and sheep.
Yeah.
It's not cross-platform. So Stu, you as a Sony fanboy have automatically excluded yourself from my Xbox society.
Does it have VR though?
Well, that's a bit strong, isn't it? It would be good to get a veteran gamers society going if there was enough of us.
Society.
I don't know what he's talking about.
A
Sounds a bit-
society.
Sounds a bit weird, like some sort of weird cult or
Yeah.
something. Dunno.
I'm in. I'm in. Whatever it is.
Is it on PC as well? Because I can play it on PC. Is it on
Yeah,
PC?
I've even forgot what he's talking about.
Is it cross-platform on PC?
What game is he talking about? I forgot.
PGA 2K
Oh, right, yeah.
21 Golf.
Yeah, probably is, isn't it? Yeah, it's because it's
I don't
2K. Yeah, it'll be on everything. Yeah.
It's in the game.
That's
EA. Nice try.
Falling asleep story for you all.
Okay.
I recently participated in a 24-hour gameathon for a charity that was close to a good friend's heart. And I fell asleep during our 5-hour stint of Red Dead 2 multiplayer.
Yeah.
I was galloping like a fucker to our objective and simply fell asleep at the reins. The horse, with a mind of its own, obviously sensed my torpitude. That's quite a good one.
Well, that's a good one,
Torpitude, and elected to follow a different course. Unfortunately, said course intersected with my friend's coach and ended up being cyber flattened, losing horse life and all respect. Yeah, this kind of
Whoops.
happens. R.I.P. Ragnar 2.
Ragnar. Is that like Ragnar?
I'm guessing that's what it is. Is that what he called his horse? Ragnar?
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
That would be it.
It's sad because Ragnar 1 lost his life in a calamitous cliff fall
Oh, no.
as a result of rider error, and Ragnar 2 lost his life. while-
Sorry to interrupt. Notice the use of the passive voice there. Due to rider error, I fucked up and my horse died. That's how you should.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it was the AI rider. Not really.
What?
No, it wasn't. It was him. And Ragnar 2 lost his life whilst playing with a moving train. I have to say, I was genuinely attached to these complex conglomerations.
Jesus.
Wow, that's mighty.
Okay, this.
Conglomerations
Someone bought a
of ones and
thesaurus.
zeros. Wow. So
Yeah.
do you know what? It's difficult reading this email. Have you, gents, ever developed an emotional connection with a pseudo animal in Red Dead Redemption or any other game for that matter?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm thinking of people all of a sudden. Cassandra, Rocket
Yeah,
League.
it's more companions, isn't it? That you're more likely to get killed and
Does
stuff.
Rex count? He's kind of an animal.
Oh, Rex.
How
So
dare
sad
you?
about
How
Rex.
dare you kill
I know.
He won. There's
Oh,
some dog in some game.
Sad about Rex. Yeah, the dog in Fallout was shit.
Well,
I
yeah,
won't
he doesn't
even-
die, so whatever.
He
that
did
doesn't-
die. Mine got killed nearly straight away.
Oh, well, maybe it's
That's a reflection on the owner. I
Yeah,
think.
Fallout 3, weren't it? Fallout 3, and I took the dog and we went to some supermarket.
No, there was a dog in Fallout 3, but there's Fallout 4 that the dog featured more, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fallout 3 just got killed straight away.
Oh.
It was crap.
I've never been attached to anything living or dead, really.
Yeah, Ginny has no feelings whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that I've like, oh no, in the game. I can't think.
No.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm with Duke on this.
I-
I think Rex is
I
the only
remember-
time I've ever been upset.
I remember when Lydia died in Skyrim, and
That's
was-
sad.
yeah.
Human.
I mean,
Yeah,
it would
but
it would have had a
Fallout-
bigger impact, but I already fussed her off the mountain about 6 times and then quick saved her back, you know. So it doesn't have a massive impact on me.
No.
I feel like there was some dog where it was like died and I was like really sad, but I can't think of what it was.
Do you know, on
Or-
my last...
the video game.
I've started and played Skyrim a lot of times, and I've even played it on the Switch. When I
Yeah.
was on the plane going on holiday last year.
Mm.
And Lydia died, and you normally do like quick save her back, and I was just like, ugh, can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered to get her
I
back.
just left her in the snow dead.
Yeah.
I just took all my stuff back off her, that she was carrying, and I was just like, see you later. That
But
was
she's
it.
sworn to carry your burdens.
I know she did carry my burdens until she died. Yeah, other than that, no, I haven't. I like Roach in Witcher 3, but he never dies, so he's not a
He's always spawning on roofs and stuff.
Yeah, and he does some weird stuff.
He's
And there's a
mad
weird mission. I think it's in one of the DLCs where he talks to you. which
Is it really?
Yeah, you're tripping. So you eat these
Okay.
mushrooms that make you trip, and then Roach starts having a conversation
That
with
seems
you.
like a very Witcher thing to do.
It is. It totally is. Take care of yourselves, gents, and thanks again for all that you do, Strutmeister.
No
Thank
problem,
you.
Strutmeister.
Aw,
Stop
thanks,
using such
Strutmeister.
fancy words.
Love
I
that you-
know. It's difficult to read
And
it.
give us more money.
Yeah.
Next
Give us some
email.
more money.
Next email this evening is off Derek's hands.
Dark side.
He says, "Music half charms sometimes."
What's these cryptic emails? Like, what?
I don't know. It's good. What is up, gamer fellows? What is up?
What is up?
What's
I
up?
don't know.
What's up? What's up? Your assignment, if you choose to accept it, is contained in the following email, which will not self-destruct 5 seconds after you've read it. That's a funny thing he's put that there because
Is it?
we watched the original Mission Impossible again last
Oh, the
night.
one made in 1996 when Tom Cruise, before he was mental.
Yeah, before he was mental.
Mm.
And that film has not aged well.
Why is
Why
that?
Number of reasons. The special effects look so ropey. That scene at the end where the helicopters in the tunnel.
Yeah, it's all CGI, isn't it?
And it just looks ridiculous.
Mm.
It does not look good.
But you should
at
say that.
all.
I watched a video about that very film recently as well. So it was
Did
a
you?
it, it's this YouTube channel that I like, and they're going through all the Mission Impossible films, and they just talk about it and random trivia and all that sort of stuff. And I think the CGI doesn't hold up.
It does not at all. And the other thing, it's meant to be like super advanced technology, and they've got the chunkiest laptops you ever saw.
Well,
in your life.
the funny thing about that film that I was talking about was like, it was just before people didn't know what the internet was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, I think Tom Cruise is looking for some guy called Max or something. I don't know. And he searches like Max.com just to see if if he's there.
Yeah, he's trying to find the email address.
That's it. Yeah, and he's like, oh god, but that's.
And he had these like giant mini discs to store data on.
Well, yeah, that's how it was back then.
So
I feel like it's got some good moments though. With the gum. And
it was all right. It's all right, but honestly,
Charlie Sheen's little bro's in there, and he dies pretty quick. You're like, whoa, bloody hell! I didn't think he was going to die so quick. That's
everyone dies.
That's because that Mission Impossible is the one where like they all go back on him, didn't they? And then the main head guy, who was supposed to be played by the original main head guy, but he refused because he didn't want to be bad, apparently.
Yeah.
And then he faked getting shot and all that. I remember that film.
Yeah. It's
The Mission Impossible films are good.
I think they get better as the series
No,
goes.
the second one's awful.
Yeah, well, we're gonna watch. I bought Kay the box set last Christmas, so
Ugh.
we're gonna watch.
Second one's, Jesus Christ! It's the John Woo one. It's awful.
Right. Oh God, yes, I do remember that now. That's the one with the stupid motorbikes.
That's the one.
That's
the one.
It is, I remember it now.
Yeah.
I mentioned
He's got long hair.
He does.
Mm.
I've been downloading music digitally for years, all legal and above board, of course. Yeah, right, Derek. But still buy music CDs from time to time. See, he's so retro.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. I always wonder how popular CDs are in 2020, and if any of the veteran gamers still buy that. I haven't bought a CD for probably 10 years, I would have said it, I guess.
No.
When I told you about my former student, I have.
Yeah,
this,
you did actually. I think.
Yeah, I had the big CD rack. And
Yeah.
The Duchess hated it. We needed to get rid of it, and then I realized my former student, is a hipster collecting CDs, so he's got all the room in the world.
That
to
is
store.
very hipster of him.
Funny. You know what's funny? When I was younger, my cousin had a mate who couldn't afford a CD player, but bought CDs for when he had one.
Yeah.
And he had hundreds of CDs and nothing to play them on.
No, yeah.
See, that was what it was like back in the day. You couldn't just buy stuff. Not like now.
You see, it's crazy, isn't it? Like music is so disposable now. Like,
terribly so. I used to save up to buy an album.
Yeah.
Save up.
I don't even listen to albums now. I just.
And if you didn't like it the first time you listened to it, you had to listen to it.
Tough
a few
shit.
times and
You were like, well,
and learn to like it.
Yeah, well,
for it.
track 4's not too bad.
Yeah, it's so funny. Nowadays, it's like
More
skip,
now that I've heard it 20 times.
skip.
Well, just get it off the playlist. Just put only the good stuff.
My last purchase was one of those cheap 1990s compilations of 100 hit songs spread across 5 CDs. Wow. When putting so many songs on an MP3 player, I will always leave off songs I don't like. Well, that seems like a natural thing to do, I would have said. Or just have no interest in listening to again. I'm not saying I actively hate the songs I leave off. I'm just not satisfied. I'm just satisfied knowing they exist, and I might never have to hear them again. So please see the following list of 6 songs which didn't make the cut, and say if you'd be happy to have any or all of them on your own playlist. Right, are you ready for these, guys?
Go for it.
Number 1, MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This. Would you have it on a playlist?
No.
He was pop rap. I'm more of a political hardcore rap fan.
I'm more of a good rap fan.
All right now.
Yeah, I don't think MC Hammer quite could. And those pants, man, what was that all about?
Parachute pants.
Yeah, but Who actually ever really wore them apart from
I've
him?
got some on now.
Never mind about that. It was a stylish thing. It's the pants aren't the thing you complain about.
I don't know. Right, the next one is number 2, Salt and Pepper. What a man.
It's a good song. I don't think I would care for it though.
I think if it was Push It, I quite like Push It.
It's
I might have
okay.
gone with that. But what a man.
Salt and Pepper rocks. Let's talk about sex. Shoop. Yes.
Shoop.
Okay, Shoop.
I like Shoop. That's a good song.
Shoop. Number 3, James, Sit Down.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, sit down. Oh, sit
No.
down. You probably won't know it.
No, I'm okay.
Sit
thanks.
down next to me. I wouldn't have this in just on principle because when someone plays it at a wedding, everybody sits down on the dance floor, and that's
Oh,
just
do
the
they?
wrong thing to do when you're at a disco. Who wants it? Why are you sitting down? Makes no sense.
Is it upside your head where everybody goes
Yeah,
in
they
a boat?
do that. Yeah, slap the floor as well.
Yeah.
Weird. The next one, Duke would definitely, I think, have on his playlist. Are you ready?
Yes.
Vanilla Ice.
Oh
Ice
God,
Ice.
no.
No way.
I also don't know. Again, look, MC Hammer is pop rap. I'm not into pop rap, but Vanilla Ice was lying about himself.
Trap rap. That's what he's into.
It's not even just the fact that I don't like the music. It's the fact that he lied. He was, what you're supposed to do in hip hop is keep it real, and he did not. He.
So why did he lie? What did he lie about?
Well, he pretended to be from the streets of Miami, but he grew up in suburban Texas. And when his agent said he's from the streets of Miami, he went along with it, and he should not have. And then he pretended like, oh.
Well,
no.
I mean, how old was Vanilla Ice when all this was
I don't
going?
care. Old
I'm
enough
just
to know-
saying. I'm just
right
saying,
now.
Duke. Is that if that was a young woman, everybody would be like, she was manipulated, and that
I
the
wouldn't say
same
that.
thing can happen to a man. So
course it could be.
all I'm saying is he was probably young. He got a bit of fame, got a bit of,
Nope. Don't perpetrate. Don't lie.
Do you want to hear the funniest thing about Ice Ice Baby?
The fact that it's stupid and it
No,
stole.
he made no money whatsoever from that song.
I don't believe that's true.
No, that's totally true
How
because
do you know that?
because he didn't get permission to use the sample from Queen
Yeah.
that he used, and he never got permission to use it. So they got all the royalties from that record.
I want proof that he never made any money from that because I don't believe it's
Oh, he
true.
might have got some, like money from sort of endorsements and stuff, but he didn't get any money from the actual single because all the money went to the people who own the. Well, we've got some for the writing of the lyrics, I guess, but he didn't get anything because he lost a lot of royalties because of the samples he used without permission.
So that story went from he didn't get any money from it. He probably got some.
He might have got some, I guess, because he wrote the lyrics, but the actual tune and stuff, he had to give a lot of the royalties away. It's one of the famous plagiarism cases.
Yes, and the worst part about that again is when he was asked about it, he said, "No, man. Like here's the way the original sounds, doon 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 doon, and here's the way I did it, doon 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 doon. I put an extra beat in it." It's like you're pathetic. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. So I
Well,
just feel
there was-
bad for how stupid he is.
He's into property now.
Is it
What?
what?
He's into property now.
Okay, who cares what he's into now? He should be.
I don't know. I remember hearing a thing, and he was into property. He's got property everywhere. That's all I know about the guy.
Screw him. You shouldn't have two coins to rub together.
But there would never be that sketch with Jim Carrey if Vanilla Ice didn't exist, where he does Vanilla Ice.
Well, Jim Carrey would find something else to be funny about.
He's hilarious. Okay, where are we with this?
Oh yeah, we're up to the next one. So that was that one. Okay, number 5, Snap. Rhythm is a dancer.
No, the power is Snap's
No,
master.
I'd have this on the playlist. I like Rhythm is a dancer.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna put Snap in the mix, choose.
It has one of my favorite lines in a song ever. I'm as serious as cancer when I say rhythm is a dancer.
You know
see,
what? That was something that Rakim said before Snap, so he doesn't get credit for that. He was just copying.
I don't know, but it's a good line. It is a good
It
line.
is a good
I don't know.
line.
I didn't know that.
It's biting someone else's lines, which again you're not supposed to do.
I didn't know he'd done that, love.
Well, now you know, and I'm not mad at you for not knowing. I'm saying just he should
Stop
have known.
ruining music for him.
Yeah,
I
guess
know. I like it. You're telling me all this stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I'd have that on. Chinny, would you have Snap Rhythm as a dancer on the playlist?
Sure, why not? I haven't picked one yet,
Yeah,
but
well-
that's not a bad song. I like that.
And the final one, number
Rhythm
6.
is a dancer. Is that the one?
Rhythm.
Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm is
I
a
don't think that's
dancer.
it.
It's a particular funny thing.
6. Number 6, the Spice Girls Wannabe.
No.
No.
Well,
No.
put a hard no on that one.
I mean, I don't. You know what? I don't have anything against the Spice Girls. They're just popular and annoying. So.
I think Jerry Halliway is annoying. I think the others are fine. I think Jerry is annoying. I think she's a bit of a bitch. She's the one. That's the bitch.
I must go now, as I have an urgent appointment to wax like a chump, like a candle. Oh, wax a chump like a candle, sorry. Which I'm guessing is an Ice Ice Baby line.
I can't keep up with this kid speak.
Well, he
I know,
says
wax a chump like a candle.
Like, yeah. Whatever.
Derek. So there
There
you
are
go.
so many
That's it
better
for
hip-hop
emails this evening.
Hmm.
So there you go. So and we've no speak pipes, unbelievably.
Wow.
I know, that doesn't happen very often.
All they give us are emails and money. It's pathetic.
Give us money. That was quite a good impression of your thing.
Not my thing.
Debatable.
I don't know. Yeah, apparently I've just had a look, by the way, about the Queen suing Vanilla Ice. And
The Queen?
The Queen?
Oh.
The actual Queen.
Didn't know she made no
He
pressure.
explained that rather than have to pay royalties to Queen every time Ice Ice Baby was played or used, it was cheaper for him to purchase the publishing rights to Under Pressure, which he claims cost him $4 million at the time and was a great investment.
Okay. Well, I don't believe that either. I think he's
I
just
don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. But anyway, I think he probably lost a lot of money off royalties. Is that it then? Have we done shout outs time, I guess?
So.
Guess it is.
Yeah, I will shout out the people who came to the playdate. I Pete and Fraser Moore, Poison Rain.
That's Madeline.
And Neezy does it, and I am fat.
That's Jimmy.
And JB and Mighty Ice Dude. Ooh. And Antonio came at noon, but there was no one there, so we just played Rocket League.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
by the way, can I just say, Chinny, as well, your niece.
Time for a shout out. Hey!
Stop talking over each other for fuck's sake.
Sorry, I didn't realize he was going to play a sound clip. He was already doing his shout out.
Yes.
How am I supposed to know he's going to then play a shout out?
Go ahead.
I said, Madeline, she's a bit sweary.
She's very sweary.
She's a little bit sweary.
What the fuck's wrong with that?
What the fuck wrong with that? She learned from the best.
I will shout out Andy Cox for sharing an IKEA spot with me that had a really cool sound clip in it. Where is it? Here it is.
Witness the fitness.
Yeah, so thanks to him. And yeah, I'm going to get a sound clip from Brooklyn Nine-Nine at some point because it has to do with video games. So I will use that.
There you go.
And that's my shout outs. Antonio for playing Rocket League. Thank you. And the Duchess for being awesome. And the people who are going to buy our house. Thank you.
Buy my house.
Buy my house.
There you go. Never mind books. Buy my house.
Yeah, they can buy both. I'll give you a copy of some of the books when we move out. It'll be like a little wrapped gift. Like, welcome to your new home. Here's some books.
And they'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Put that shit in the fireplace.
Yeah, they're only giving us something to start a fire with.
The deal's off. We don't want this house if we have to take these stupid fucking
Yeah, they're going to
books.
make us read books.
Yeah. What do I look like? a
I'm just going to shout out the people who listen.
Yeah.
Maybe
What
wherever you are.
Cop out.
Oh, well, I know. I'm just doing a cop out this week.
Yeah, not like Chinny.
In the whole world, in the far-flung corners of the earth,
Yeah.
listening to our little show and us
Yeah.
talking over each other all the time, and making stupid comments, which is what we do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the support of our stupid little show. There you
Please
go.
don't touch my floppy cock.
You know, I heard that earlier, and I'm like, did I really just hear that?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. There you go, Chinny. Over to you.
You'll hear it again.
On to another cop out. Shout out to the Patreons.
Oh
Yeah.
So I've been saying people's names wrong apparently, so I'm gonna get them right this time.
Here we
Well,
go.
they pay us enough. You better get it right.
Yeah, you better add.
Declan McCluskey.
Yes.
So that was one I was getting right. Steve Heath, This is one that I was getting wrong. Kevin Westerman. I kept on saying Kevin Wester, which is the which is the nonce from Corrie. Which so we don't know that.
Dignity.
John Nessie, not Nezzy.
Right.
Even though it's spelled with a Z, so sort it out, John.
Yeah.
Mark Roop. Mark Roop, Adam Birmingham, or Birmingham. Armar Parvez, Christian. It just says Christian. So there you go. Matt Nation, Robert Wilcox, and Nigel Strutt or Struttmeister, who, because he emailed, has now got to give us more money. That's the way it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
If you email us,
if people can't afford to give us money, that's okay. We appreciate you listening, being part of the community. Email us, send a speak pipe. Just keep us in touch.
if you email us though, you owe us more money. That's just the case.
There's an email tax.
Yeah, email tax. Yeah.
Because we put yours at the front of the list, so that's not free.
That's right. That's right. Thanks for all the Patreon people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And all that stuff.
All that good stuff.
There's somebody else I'd like to shout out.
Her name is Jacinta.
Hey.
She hasn't sent an email this week, Jacinta.
I know, right? Where's the email?
So she owes us for not emailing us.
Yeah, she owes us money for not emailing it.
Right, the non-email tax.
Non-email tax.
Right.
Exactly.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I think we're done.
I don't know.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
If you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net. And on there, you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts similar in vein to ours, but delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects.
Are for old people.
Some talk about RPGs.
Too many.
Some might say that.
No one
No
says
one
that.
says
And then, of course, you have links to great forums.
Don't have any other friends.
So check it out, VGHub.net. It is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
Oh, it's on. No, it's not on. Ooh, it's on. It isn't on. Nothing's on. It's on.
There you go. Is that it? We done?
That's the show.
That's the show. We are done.
Show is over. Thank you for listening.
Show is done.
Now comes the part of the show where we babble incoherently about nothing for about 5 or 10.
Yes, we do.
Duke pretends he's too good for it.
You know what? I'm actually not really caught up on grading, but kind of. And I have time to grade this week because I don't have to go racing home as soon as classes are over in order to tidy up the house for another goddamn visit.
No, terrible. Isn't it, all that?
It's so nice to be
stuff.
So why did you choose the people that are going to buy the house? Do they have better hair?
No.
Is it the hair?
It's not the hair. There's a very small chance that they could hear this, so I'm going to stop recording before I answer.
Wow, how the hell are they going to hear this?
I don't know. I don't want to take any chances. Why we're choosing the people we're choosing? What? I'm paranoid.
I'm paranoid.
Too paranoid. Even Diane agrees that you're being too paranoid.
Yeah, you're definitely being paranoid.
That's not what she's saying, but whatever. No, it's mostly just like, okay, this is boring, but there are certain contingencies that one of the people bidding has put in. Like, if there's a certain amount that needs to be fixed, then, we have the ability to walk away with the inspection. But we have the right to cure as well. We can fix it. But the people that we're thinking of going toward have said, we will ignore anything that the inspector calls attention to as long as it's not more than $1,000.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice because then it means that, they're more easygoing. They're willing to overlook.
Yeah, just like, we get there's things, but if it's ridiculous, then you can fuck your house.
Right. So, I mean, whatever. They're very close. They're very similar. They're both very nice. We've interacted with one of them and we got a letter from the other, and, each alike in dignity, as Shakespeare said in Romeo and Juliet.
Indeed he did.
Yeah.
Indeed he did.
So,
is there such a thing as gazumping over there?
What the hell is that?
So basically, someone puts an offer in, and you accept it, and then someone else comes with a higher offer, and you just go, "Fuck you! I'm going to take the higher offer. You're
No.
screwed."
We do not get to do that. But there is a thing where it says, because I don't like saying no to people. So there's this thing called, I don't even know what it's called, but is it secondary offer? Basically, whoever we're saying no to will say, look, if something goes wrong with the first buyer, you can jump right in and get it, at whatever you asked for here. So
We're like, no, I don't want it now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they can pull out at any time. So, but I'm just glad that we have 2 good offers, and it means we can relax.
Yeah.
Because we're worried that we might not get any.
It's always the case. People worry that they're not going to get any.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the night.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
And we'll see you next week for more Among Us.
Among Us.
And hopefully Pete will be there.
Pete will be
If
there,
he is,
will-
I won't believe him.
I
Yeah,
know.
will be like,
God,
it's
fuck you.
Duke.
No, I really am. Pete's a good guy. I felt especially bad. Like if I had pretended to be a jerk, we don't have any jerks in our community, but if I did, that would have been
We
fun.
do. It's called Duke.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a low blow.
I know it's true though. He did
fair, though.
a
I
jerk
deserve
thing.
all the shade this week because I was being
Did.
shifty. But that's a good game to be shifty in. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about Left 4 Dead 2. They had an update and we played it in Damage Incorporated, and it was
Oh
fun.
well, you can talk about it next week.
Yeah, I didn't even play the update. We just played Dead
Oh.
Air.
Yeah. And that's the original Left 4 Dead, isn't
1.
it?
Yeah, we didn't even play Left 4 Dead 2.
We didn't even play Left 4 Dead 2.
So is it expensive, the DLC?
Well, no, it's a free
No,
update.
it's free.
Oh.
It's totally free.
I don't know if I have the game, actually.
I've got Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, but
I
like
think
if you play it and I play it at the same time, we can't play it.
I think it's on sale for like $3. So
It's always on
totally
sale
worth
for
it,
about
man. Still a great
$3.
game. All right, see you guys later.
See you
Bye,
guys later.
dude.
See you. Right, Chinny, I will speak to you next week. Have a fun week.
Okie dokie.
He says, as much fun as you can have in this world at the moment.
This crazy times.
I was just gonna say, when are you not here? Is it a week on Sunday?
What are you talking about? It's completely illegal to have a time away. Yeah, it's about the 8th or the 10th or something.
Yeah, you're the week after I go away, aren't you? So you'll be here next Sunday, and then the week after you'll not be.
That's
Fine.
correct.
We will sort out a replacement.
So are you going to be away for a week?
Yeah, no, I'm going on Monday, coming back Thursday.
So
it
you,
doesn't affect I'm here.
Can I replace you anyway?
No.
Hmm.
Right, I'm going.
Okay.
See you later.
See you later.
Hey, bye. Bye.
It's just me. On my own. Playing Assassin's Creed. So boring. Not even paying attention to the story. Ugh, God, I'm gonna die. I know you can't see the screen, but trust me, I'm gonna die. Oh my God, it's so close to dying. Oh God. Fuck this game. Whew. Ugh, no. God, I'm gonna die. No, he's poisoned me. I'm fuck. Jesus Christ. Killed him.